Boar's Head is bringing a slice of Japan to the deli. Introducing Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. Tender, slow-roasted chicken breast, coated in our signature teriyaki glaze, where ginger, garlic, and a hint of brown sugar meet for a flavor that's both sweet and savory. New Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. The bold flavor of Japan. Now at the deli. Only from Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.
Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
That's right, folks. What's going on? And thank you for tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you for tuning in with me. The Trump train is victorious once again. That little Kasich cruise, I don't know what you called it, an alliance. I mean, I don't know what the hell you called it, but it was failed and completely stopped in Oregon. Trump takes Oregon hands down. This man is the nominee for the Republican Party. Everybody needs to start bowing down, all right? And I know I'm getting ahead of myself as it relates to the show, but everybody needs to start bowing down as it relates to these evangelical conservatives that are trying to organize some sort of a coup or something, all right? Pipe your asses down, all right? Anyway, folks, this is episode number 268 for all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And before we do anything else, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around like wildfire that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. We are live 4 p.m. Central Standard Time every Monday through Friday Central Standard Time, baby, 4 p.m. Once again, follow us on Twitter. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost. And if you haven't already done so, folks, bookmark the official website of the show. It is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost, folks. I'm excited. I'm excited, boy. The Trump train steams forward. This man is now the official nominee, as far as I'm concerned, of the GOP. It's time to start hitting Hillary. And to be honest with you, folks, I mean, it wasn't a very good night for old Hillary Rotten either. Did y'all see that? Woo! It's time for them to start feeling their turmoil, huh, baby? All those Democrats, these Bernie Sanders assholes, they were out here worried about what we were doing on the Trump train instead of focusing on their own prostate-infected candidate. Now that they're starting to get uppity and realize that Bernie Sanders is not going to get the goddamn nomination, all of a sudden, you got these socialist bastards, these little Bernie Sanders spoon-feeding, teat-sucking jerk dicks out here pissing and moaning, crying like they got a goddamn diaper on because, it's not fair. It's not fair that Bernie Sanders. Well, I told you so, folks. I mean, I know some of you Bernie Sanders jagoffs. I know some of you people listen to me. And I think that you should have been listening to me a little bit more intensely, because obviously, if you would have been doing what we were doing over here all this time on the Trump train, your man would have probably had a little bit better shot of being the goddamn nominee for the DNC. as you see what we did here on the Trump trade, folks. I mean, we single-handedly, I'm talking about you, I'm talking about me, everybody on the internet, social media, the meme magic in effect into the House, we all partook in what has transpired into the capitalist takeover of the GOP. I'm telling you, I'm excited. I feel great. I feel great, first of all, because Trump is the GOP candidate. It's over, all right? All right, Paul Ryan, all right, it's over. It's over for you. Don't have any visions of grandeur at this point in time there, Paul Ryan. And moreover, did y'all see that tweet on my Twitter account, Politics Ghost? Tweeted a picture, or a retweet, I should say, a picture of Paul Ryan, his high school yearbook, had him voted. Believe it or not, his class voted him biggest brown noser. Can you believe that? What a piece of trash. I mean, the stench of that garbage, you can even just smell it. I mean, just look at it. I mean, just the disingenuous look on this sleazeball. That's why Paul Nealon over there, who's running against him in his district in Wisconsin, needs all the support he can get. If there's anybody within the capitalist army that's within the Wisconsin area, go out there and lend your support to this man. I mean, I would love to see this scumbag, lifetime bureaucrat, Paul Ryan, the guy who's the Speaker of the House, who basically gave Obama a blank check via the Omnibus bill to basically bring in all these damn immigrants into our country. And did you see that other tweet that I tweeted, last evening? Obama bringing in all kinds of summer jobs this summer, folks, but for refugees. Oh, and guess who? And guess what? He's spending millions of dollars to do this. And where did he get that money allocated from? Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell's approval of a goddamn omnibus bill. It's ridiculous. So once again, Paul Ryan, you need to pipe your ass down there, boy. All right? I mean, one half of the Cheesehead Mafia, Reince Priebus, has already finally bowed down and said, hey, look, all right, Trump's the nominee. There's nothing you can do about it. Anybody who's trying to think of a damn third-party run is committing goddamn party suicide. But you still got Paul Ryan over here trying to assert his bureaucratic authority like a little stupid, melodramatic twerp that he is. But anyway, I'm not going to let Paul Ryan harsh my mellow. All right, because the Trump train is victorious, baby. It's victorious. Oregon primary is completely down. I mean, Trump is the GOP nominee, and I'm excited about it, as you can see. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about the Democrats, because I'm telling you, folks, the Democrats today, I mean, it was damage control for the Democratic leadership. Every goddamn leftist surrogate was on every talking head media, trying to spin what happened last night for the Democrats in the primary. Once again, Bernie Sanders is victorious on the Democratic side for Oregon. He won Oregon hands down. And yet, over here in Kentucky, I mean, it's just like, Hillary Clinton by a nose. I mean, literally by a nose, all right? I mean, let me tell you the percentage of the vote, okay? Hillary Clinton, 46.8% of the vote. Bernie Sanders, 46.3% of the vote. All right? I'm serious. I mean, give me a goddamn break. Now, according to how it's set up in the Democratic side, Clinton is going to get 27 delegates, and Sanders is going to get 27 delegates out of the 55 delegates available in Kentucky, all right? Now, as it stands right now, the delegate count for Hillary Rotten Clinton is 2,293 delegates. Sanders has 1,533 delegates. Now, how the hell does that work? All right, now that's first and foremost. I mean, Sanders keeps winning, and this is what I've been saying time and time again on this broadcast, folks. Sanders can keep winning. He can win all the primaries and caucuses all he wants. I mean, Hillary Rotten Clinton is going to be the nominee for the DNC. Now, as I've stated previous also, you got this wing within the Democratic Party, the Joe Biden, Barack Obama wing, trying to usurp the nomination from Hillary Rotten and utilizing all kinds of methods to do so, folks. I mean, seriously, I think that's what really Bernie Sanders is being used for at this point in time, is to discredit Hillary Rotten Clinton. I even read a couple of articles titled, is Hillary really the right candidate for the Democrats? Can she beat Trump? I mean, they are starting to second-guess this woman, and I think that is the intent. I've said it time and time again. Joe Biden is in the wings to usurp the DNC nomination from Hillary Rotten Clinton. And I'm telling you, if Sanders, he came out today and he says he's going to go all the way to the convention, now, which is in complete opposition of his actions, because as I've stated, he was firing campaign field workers. He was, closing up shop in certain grassroots area of the country as it relates to his campaign. So it looked like he was closing up shop, but he's winning anyway because, his stupid dumbass, hi, I'm Bernie Sanders, and I'll give you free health care, I'll give you free lunch, I'll give you a free Cadillac, I'll give you free everything. All you got to do is vote for me, Bernie Sanders, for president, and I'll put you and your children in only 30 years in a gulag. That's all. I mean, this message resonated with people for some reason. Good God. And as a result, Bernie Sanders is now, winning. There's a phenomena happening going on over there at the left of the political persuasion in America today, and it's this socialist idea of Bernie Sanders. Now, I know Bernie Sanders is a establishment Democrat. This man is not going, if he happens to lose, and remember, he has to bow out with some face. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Bernie Sanders is trying to muscle himself into the vice presidential candidacy at this point in time because of all the populist leverage that he has as it relates to the Democratic electorate. Now, I'm serious. I mean, he's got this much power, he's got this much leverage. I mean, at the very least, they're going to have to give Bernie Sanders something to go away. All right? I think Hillary Clinton is considering that at this point in time. And if she isn't, she's a goddamn idiot. All right? But once again, that's why you have Donald Trump taunting Bernie Sanders, saying, hey, you have a bad deal. It's not fair. I can't believe you. All right? I mean, maybe you should go run independent, Bernie. I mean, you notice how Trump keeps telling him that. You should go run independent, Bernie, because he knows Bernie Sanders is not going to do it, folks. He's not going to do it. All right, he's going to settle out with the DNC as it gets closer to the damn convention. All right, and he's going to make sure that his political clout is recognized to some capacity. Now, will it be a vice presidential seat? I don't know. I have no idea. But whatever it is, it's going to be compensation enough for this idiot to gracefully bow down and try to persuade all these idiots that he's galvanized into freaking voting for Hillary Rotten Clinton, all right? And that's my piece on that. I think that's what's happening. That's why Donald Trump keeps calling out this prostate-infected bastard. He keeps calling him out, saying, hey, Doc Brown, go ahead and run independent, you stupid jerk dick. Come on. I dare you. I double dog dare you. And he's not going to do it. I'm telling you this right now. First of all, I don't think he wants to do it because it's going to cost Bernie Sanders the majority of the money that he has accumulated in that damn campaign contribution account. And as I've alluded to on many shows, I believe personally, in my opinion, that this man is conducting this campaign in an attempt to try to accumulate as much money in that damn campaign contribution account as possible, so that when this man, doesn't win the nomination, he can retire from politics. And as I've said time and time and time again, every politician that retires from public office and that is no longer holding any kind of public office any longer, they can transfer the monies that's in their damn campaign contribution accounts into their personal bank accounts tax-free. All right, now I want to keep beating that in your heads, folks, because it's a fact. That's why these damn politicians could care less. All right, they care about votes and they care about money. All right, it's all these freaking scumbag politicians care about. And that's why Donald Trump's candidacy is so important. I mean, those two factors are nullified with Trump. I mean, I genuinely believe that Donald Trump is doing what he's doing because he wants to do it. I mean, if you look back at the video documented evidence throughout this man's life, he's always loved this country. He's always loved America. He's always suggested we've been screwed in these international trade agreements. He's always suggested this. And that's why I'm telling you, folks, I mean, it is this important. Now that we have this man, and not only that, the capitalists have taken over the GOP party, or the Republican Party, rather, excuse me. We need to make sure we do whatever it takes to make sure that this man is elected president of the United States of America. Because if not, whoever else is elected president is going to dismantle this country as much as this president currently in office today has done. And we're going to get to some of the damage he did today as it relates to employment rules in a little bit. But as I stated, folks, it is this important for each and every one of you within the sound of my voice to partake in this movement, this Trump movement, this capitalist revolution that has been sparked by Donald Trump. You need to do whatever is within your sphere of influence, whether you have a lot of followers on a social media site, whether you aspire to be some kind of an investigative journalist. You know what makes an investigative journalist? You doing something about it and going and investigating something and writing about it. Get a damn blog, all right? If you're a video person, do some video work, all right? Produce content that delivers information that can basically spark synapses in the simpletons that are walking around like freaking space cadet zombies out here in America. All right, I'm telling you, whether it's just retweeting a tweet, whether it's posting a news article on your social media site, whether it's going to the damn forum posts, all right, whether it's talking to a group of people in real life about political subject matters, whatever the case might be. Remember, folks, these talking heads on the boob tube, lamestream, mainstream media, all they've got to do is suggest something to a zombie-like viewing audience who is enthralled with the impulses coming through their goddamn screen. All they have to do is suggest something no more than 30 seconds of these people's attention span, which is about how much these people's attention spans are nowadays, unfortunately. And then once that is incepted, once that is implanted in the simpleton's head who watches and gathers their news on the TV, then they believe it. I mean, you notice that everybody, you could pretty much call, just based on how somebody views the world, where they get their information from. I mean, you could tell, oh, yeah, you're a Huffington Post reader, aren't you? Oh, okay, I get it. Oh, yeah, you're Fox News. Oh, okay, I get it, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're Salon.com. Okay, yeah, I get it. I mean, you could just tell these people. You could just tell just based on the information they babble out of their stupid gators, for Christ's sake. I'm serious. All the regurgitated garbage that they blow out of their suck hole is literally a signification of where they gather their news. Folks, you should gather your news from everybody. I mean, don't you understand? You have the goddamn news, I mean, at your fingertips, man. I mean, you could literally find out anything. You see, and unfortunately, everybody would just rather sit on the couch, watch Bull Dyke Rachel Maddow, flap something out of her muff diving mouth and have something suggested to them so they could regurgitate to their friends so they could say, hey, look, I'm smart. I know a little bit, a thing or two. I'm cultured. Yeah, I actually know a thing. You don't know garbage. So anyway, I didn't mean to get off on that soliloquy, but once again, it's very important that we all partake in this movement and that we make sure that we do whatever it takes to make this man, Donald Trump, the President of the United States. And we will make America great again. I mean, I'm telling you, it'll be a capitalist revolution. A capitalist revolution when this happens. And I'm so excited. As a matter of fact, I'm going to drink a beer to this, as a matter of fact. That's right. And let me tell you why I'm going to drink a little bit of a beer, because I'm telling you, folks, if you haven't been listening, or if you haven't been watching, I mean, there's been some weird weather happening out here in Texas, for Christ's sake. I mean, you know, we're experiencing an unbelievable amount of rain. I've never seen so much hail in my life. And, you know, everybody out here is suffering out here in Texas, for Christ's sake. I was reading some of the reports of all the insurance claims that are happening out here in Texas as it relates to the weather damage that's happening, not just here in Austin, Texas, but throughout the southwestern Texas region. I mean, you've got people with not just broken windows on cars due to hail, but, I mean, you know, I was looking at some of these pictures. I mean, that's why I don't believe in houses that are made of siding. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. Hey, you like them, they're cheaper, I get it. But, man, I was looking at the damage that some of these freaking hailstones were doing to these buildings. I mean, Jesus Christ, put them into Swiss cheese, for Christ's sake. So, anyway, I want to take this time to just take a step back a little bit because, you know, it's time to be a little blue-collar instead of white-collar. And I'm going to get some of the old man's favorite beer. You know, of course, if you folks have been listening to me, my father, real hardcore, badass, blue-collar man, I'm telling you, he used to drink Miller High Life on a consistent basis. And, you know, little Ghost over here, you know, I'm not, you know, I was a youngin', you know, and I looked up to my dad. I was like, hey, that's a badass right there. He gets up every day. I mean, real tough son of a bitch. I drink this beer, you know, as a young age, and it tasted like utter crap. You know what I'm saying? It tasted like crap, but you know what? The taste of it is a nostalgic flavor that every time I drink it, it takes me back to, you know, the olden days and my humble beginnings, and it never lets me forget where I came from. So this is to the blue-collar chaps out there, man. Cheers to you. Here, let me go ahead and open up this beer. And you know what sucks? I actually like to drink the pint size. You know, they usually sell them in 6-pack pints in cans, for Christ's sake. Those are cool. I love pints. I love measuring beer in pints. But all they had was a goddamn the 12-ounce cans. And look, I can't, you know, a 12-pack of 12-ounce cans is crap as far as I'm concerned. So I wanted to look for the biggest pack possible. And lo and behold, in this one liquor warehouse that I go to out here in Texas, they had a goddamn 30-pack, baby. Woo! Anyway, 30-pack. So I decided to go ahead and partake in that, and that's what we're doing this evening. So I want to say cheers to all the blue-collar laborers out there, especially the ones in Texas that are suffering as it relates to all the weather damage that is happening. It's a weird phenomena that's happening out here in Texas. Lots of hail. Never seen so much hail in my life. So, and if you happen to be a blue-collar worker, cheers to you, folks. Here. Yeah, let me go ahead and pour it here. And let me go ahead and let that foam out. Once again, let's move on to the next subject matter because we got a lot to talk about here. Once again, the Trump train moves forward, baby. Now, Trump, today, he actually released his list of different Supreme Court justices that he would nominate if he were president. And I don't want to go through the whole list. There's a list about of 11 of them. Let me go ahead and just say their names and where they're from, just in case you folks are unaware. All right? Now, he's talking about Stephen Collerton of Iowa. All right? He's talking about Allison Eid, E-I-D, of Colorado. He's talking about Raymond Grudner of Missouri. He's talking about Thomas Hardiman of Pennsylvania. He's talking about Raymond Kethledge of Michigan. Talking about Joan Larson of Michigan. Thomas Lee of Utah. William Pryor of Alabama. David Strass of Minnesota. Dianne Sykes of Wisconsin. Don Willett of Texas. All right, and you know, to be completely honest with you, if you take a look at the resumes of each and every one of these individuals that I just named, hardcore Scalia-like conservatives. As a matter of fact, one of the individuals was actually a a Scalia aide, if I'm not mistaken, for a long period of time. So, I mean, these are hardcore, staunch conservatives. A lot of these individuals have been taking a lot of heat for the fact that some of these people aren't for Roe v. Wade. Some of these people, were appointed by George W. Bush. So on and so forth, folks. You couldn't get any more of a conservative list of potential Supreme Court justices. And another factor that I wanted to point out is that I think, with the exception of one Supreme Court justice, one potential Supreme Court justice on this list is about 55 years old. Everybody else on this list is under the age of 54. So that signifies to me that Trump is thinking ahead of time of not only nominating Supreme Court justices that are going to be conservative, but those that are young enough that are going to be able to possibly serve for about 30 or 40 years plus. All right, and look, as it's been said time and time again, he could potentially be able to nominate 4 to 5 Supreme Court justices if this man is elected a 2-term president. So, as I've stated, this is a serious election, folks. This is our last stand as a country. And I'm glad that Donald Trump is going to nominate these types of Look, I'm not a big conservative evangelical any longer, as you heard on last evening's broadcast. But we need something to counterbalance the garbage that's been nominated within the past couple of administrations, and I include George W. Bush because Justice Roberts, this man voting for Obamacare and mandating a federal mandated insurance, it's just ridiculous. Authorizing the federal government to force the people to buy health insurance is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. But this guy was supposed to be a conservative, right? So that's why, and then you got Kagan, you got Sotomayor. These people that, I don't want to get into their politics, but you know what I'm talking about, all right? Seriously, this is not a joke. All right, so in my personal opinion, I do believe that this is a very good sign as it relates to Donald Trump trying to not only stick to his guns as it relates to him being a Republican, but also trying to assert the fact that he does have conservative-leaning views. Obviously, they don't dominate the realm of his politics, but he does understand that conservatives in the judicial branch are more than necessary at this point in time. Given all the judge rulings, not just on the Supreme Court level, but on every different federal circuit level, have been unbelievable. All right? They're overturning things so that, girls can go into boys' bathrooms, and they can, doing this gay marriage. Just the whole crap. Just legislating from the bench. And this is why we need, justices like this man is alluding to on this list, the 11 people. Once again, I listed them: Stephen Colleton of Iowa, Allison Eid, which is E-I-D, I hope I'm pronouncing that, of Colorado, Raymond Grudner, hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, of Missouri, Thomas Hardiman of Pennsylvania, Raymond Kethledge of Michigan, Joan Larson of Michigan, Thomas Lee of Utah, William Pryor of Alabama, David Strass of Minnesota, Diane Sykes of Wisconsin, Don Willett of Texas, and those are the picks right there to choose from as it relates to the 11 justices. This man's thinking ahead. He's already got 11 people ready to go. So this goes to show you that not only is Donald Trump conservative as it relates to his Supreme Court justice nominees, but this man is already thinking ahead as it relates to potential problems that could hamper any kind of legislation that could be in the books. Remember, you got to give these Democrats a heads up on who you have as a potential Supreme Court justice nominee so that you can start negotiating with these idiots so that they don't just stop Congress to not nominate this man. Do you understand? I mean, resources of Congress cannot be drained any longer to prevent, this political infighting of judicial nominees, all right? I mean, it's all there is to it. I'm sick and tired of it. I mean, both sides do it, all right? Both sides do it. But it's got to stop, and that's why I'm glad Donald Trump is thinking ahead of time. He's a capitalist. He understands that, hey, you got to think about the future. You can't just wing it, all right? Or like in Obama's case, you can't depend on, 25-year-old political aides to tell you what to freaking do, all right? Or Zbigniew Brzezinski to tell you how to freaking do foreign policy. Give me a break. Anyway, it's a good list as far as I'm concerned. Definitely puts a reassuring effect on my personal beliefs on how the direction of the country will be once Donald Trump is president. So, once again, go read up on these people individually yourself. So when the time comes, these people are nominated, you know who they are. You know what I mean? You're not blindsided by somebody that, hey, well, who the hell is this guy? And you only have like about a couple of weeks, 3 weeks to find out who the hell he is before he or she's nominated or thrown on the Supreme Court. All right? I mean, we got to know who these damn lifetime judges are, for Christ's sake. These people serve on the freaking Supreme Court for life. I mean, they die on the bench. It's ridiculous. Anyway, folks, let's move on to the next subject matter at hand. Did you hear today that Obama and the Department of Labor have given new overtime rules to businesses? I mean, good God. Ugh. And for you folks that are unaware of what the hell that means, let me explain what he's doing, all right? This guy is literally throwing a wrench into the already battered engine of the American economy, all right? Now, what he is demanding is that people with salary-based incomes, the threshold for salary-based incomes has gone higher as it relates for mandatory overtime. Now, as I've read it, the current threshold is about $23,000 a year and change. All right, so basically if you make under $23,000 a year and change, you have to get overtime if you are working over 40 hours. If you happen to make over $24,000 a year, well, then you're considered, and of course, if you're a salary-based employee, you're not paid overtime. I mean, if you work under salary, you know what I'm discussing. You know what I'm talking about. Well, now Barack Obama, all right, this idiot decides that, we need to heighten that. We need to make it better for people to get overtime wages and so on and so forth, and increase that threshold from about $23,000 and change to $47,000 and change. All right, so let me explain something to you. All right, I mean, let's just say you make $45,000 a year in salary, which is probably what a lot of people make in maybe the fast food industry, working as a manager. People working in mom and pop shops that are managers of those operations. I mean, $45,000 a year. And look, if you're a manager of an operation, you know as well as I, you're going to have to be there more than 40 hours a week. All right? Now, people will say, well, that's not fair, Ghost. I mean, if they're making $45,000 a year in a salary, why do they have to work over 40 hours? Well, because, folks, when you have a salary, there's a lot of benefits to having a goddamn salary, all right, without overtime. First and foremost, if you're a salary-based employee, you're probably getting all kinds of benefits and perks, all right, that basically supersede any potential overtime, which will basically put you in another tax bracket to be taxed at a higher rate anyway if you morons really calculate it and you really think about it. But, of course, nobody thinks about the tax implications of that until they're finally audited. And secondly, folks, and I'm an employer, okay? I mean, if I give somebody a salary, I mean, I have to pay that person regardless if I'm making business or not making business. Unlike a hour employee, I could send an hour employee home and just say, I can't do it. I mean, I'm not making the sales. I got to send you home. I'm going to work your shift because, well, I'm not making money at this location. I could do your job and save some. You understand what I'm saying, folks? I mean, they're trying to make it sound like they are helping the worker. This is how manipulative these leftists are, all right? That's what I'm saying. So now, if, let's say, mom and pop shop fast food joint has a manager that they pay for $45,000 a year, well, now if they work more than 40 hours a week, because this manager falls under the $40,000 and change threshold that is being implemented by the Department of Labor and Obama, they're going to have to pay this employee overtime every hour that person is working over 40 hours. I mean, you're talking about putting a goddamn wrench into the freaking already broken engine of the American economy. I mean, good God, do you understand what I'm saying, folks? I mean, I'm a business owner. This is going to affect me. I mean, I'm thinking about how I'm going to do some things here, I mean, let's just say, for instance, I've got 3 employees that are working at salary, all right? They're both working at a certain salary under the threshold. Let's say they're working at $45,000 a year each, right? Well, because of this new rule, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to fire one of those 3 employees because I can't afford to be paying, a salary-based employee overtime over 40 hours when I'm already giving them $45,000 a year in base salary, plus all kinds of perks and benefits. I can't do it. I won't stay in business. My business will go under. All right, just business. So I have to fire one of those employees, all right, and bump up the other 2 employees to the threshold of $47,000 and change, and then double, if not triple, the workload on what would otherwise be a 3-employee operation into a 2-employee operation. So, in essence, the Obama administration and the Department of Labor have just screwed the American worker, all right? Once again, wants to put more people in government entitlements. I mean, that's the whole purpose of leftism. So, folks, man, I mean, this is going to affect the economy badly, all right? Really bad. All right, I mean, you're lucky if you even get a $10 an hour full-time job in America anymore, for Christ's sake, because nobody wants to pay for Obamacare. And now you've got the Obama administration going after salary-based employees. This has gone mad. I mean, folks, I hope that you're understanding the complexity of what I'm telling you. It is going to affect businesses. It's going to affect employers. It could potentially affect your job if you are a salary-based employee. All right? And let me tell you, I know some of you folks that are salary-based employees, you understand what I'm telling you. You're like, hey, what's going to happen to me? Well, what's going to happen to you is that if you work over 40 hours, your employer is now by law obligated to give you time and a half over 40 hours on top of your under $47,000 and change salary, which is ridiculous. So as I'm stating, folks, what the Obama administration and the Department of Labor have just done is just thrown a wrench in the engine of the American economy. And I can't believe anybody would be championing this disgusting, pathetic idea. All right? I mean, I'm already thinking about how I'm going to maneuver this with my employee staff. I'm not kidding around. I'm not kidding around. This is not a joke. This is a very, very precarious situation that the government is putting capitalists and entrepreneurs in. It's bad enough we can't pay full-time employees on an hourly basis because then we have to goddamn pay for their insurance, which offsets the whole idea of having unskilled labor and paying them to begin with. And now you're telling me that I have to pay over 47 and change so that people can make a salary and not have to be paid overtime, for Christ's sake? I mean, I'm telling you, folks, this is going to affect everybody. I mean, you think that the manager at your local Wendy's and McDonald's and Kentucky Fried Chicken, you think these managers are making over 45 or 47,000 and change a year? Hell no. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're making a decent salary. I'm sure they're making about 45, 43, 47, but they're not making over the threshold, and if they are, well, good for them. But folks, if they're not making over that threshold, it's going to affect them directly, because I'm telling you, folks, if you're a manager of any location of anything, you're going to have to be there all the time. You're going to have to, be there overtime. You're going to have to be there overseeing things, counting the money, accounting inventory, managing employees. I mean, that's the whole purpose of being a manager. And let me tell you, it's going to affect everybody. I'm telling you, Obama administration and, their gasoline on this ridiculous fire of minimum wage has already pushed forth the innovation of automation. You've got freaking Wendy's. They're already implementing in mass scale automated Wendy's locations where you just go into a touch screen and you just go ahead and take your order, and no big deal. You see what's going on here, folks? I mean, this is why these bureaucrats think that they're so brilliant, because they think that because they've been able to manipulate so many people into believing their bullshit, that they think that they can continue to do it and sustain that level of lunacy until the end of their political tenure and their political careers, so that when their campaign contribution accounts are in the hundreds of millions of dollars, they can retire and then possibly get some cush BS job from some of the idiots who donated to their campaign. I mean, that's how the game works, man. So once again, beware, folks. This is a bad, and I'm talking about bad news for the American economy, this new overtime law. It's ridiculous. More leftist anti-business crap. Jesus Christ. This pisses me off, folks, because first of all, I'm going to have to readjust my employee situation, but at the same time, people are going to lose jobs, man. I mean, we can't afford to lose any more jobs. And look, when you push that salary threshold to the threshold that it is, a lot of those salary-based jobs are freaking, they're white-collar. These aren't blue-collar, hourly wage jobs. I mean, this is serious business. This has serious implications on the American economy, and I hope that you folks can heed my call, and folks, you got to do whatever it takes to make sure that Donald Trump is elected president. And that's why I continue to say to you folks that you, me, we are the new media, all right? Even if you have a small following on a freaking social media site, whoever's following you is obviously following you for your information. All right, they want to hear what you have to say. Tweet news articles, all right? Fashion the political conscience of people. You do have that influence, believe it or not. You just got to do it. And we have to make sure that Donald Trump is elected president, folks. I cannot underscore this anymore. I mean, we got anti-capitalist in power today. That's why the capitalists, we've already taken control of the GOP, and it's time for us to take control of the White House so that we can, get rid of these ridiculous rules and these anti-business regulations and these anti-business taxes, for Christ's sake, and we can make America great again. The capitalists will make America great again. Mark my word, the capitalist will make America great again. And I can't wait. Baby. That will be a great day, a great goddamn day in American history, when the capitalists finally take control of this country. And I'm telling you, once we take control of this country, it's going to spread like wildfire throughout the goddamn international community. I can already sense the capitalist specter that is looming all over the world at this point in time. I can feel it. I can feel the energy. Anyway, folks, once again, this stupid, dumb overtime law, this new overtime rule pushed forth by Obama and the Department of Labor is complete trash. It's going to cause more unemployment. It's going to cause less economic opportunity for folks that actually want a job. And it's, of course, exactly what the leftists want, because they want everybody on an entitlement so that these idiots, these bureaucrats, can be our masters, all right? They can be, the lab coat technician giving the lab rat a food pellet, all right? That's what they want. They're sick. They're totalitarian freaks, all of them. Each and every one of these goddamn career bureaucrats, these career politicians, they're totalitarian freaks. Anyway, let me get off that subject matter. I know that's probably hitting everybody in the craw because I'm sure there's a lot of capitalists that are listening in that are saying, hey, wait a minute, I work on salary. I'm below that threshold. I need my job. I'm young. I'm not expecting to be at this job forever, but, hey, it's paying my bills right now, and I've budgeted accordingly. I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you, but you know what? Yes, we can, huh? Mr. Yes, we can over here. Mr. Barack Obama, Mr. Change. Remember that? Everybody was crying when this man was president, when he was elected in 2008. Oh, I'm going to get my car paid off. I'm going to pay off my mortgage. He's going to pay for my gas, baby. He's going to pay for my kids, baby. He's going to pay for my kids. What the hell happened to that, huh? What the hell happened to that? Now you got Bernie Sanders singing the same goddamn mantra, and these people are falling for it again, hook, line, and sinker. Jesus Christ, what a disgrace. Anyway, let me move on from this subject matter because it's definitely pissing me off. I'm an employer, I'm a capitalist, I'm a businessman, and I know it's not only just going to affect me, it's going to affect a lot of people that are currently employed in decent positions and that are earning decent money, doing a job with responsibilities that are a lot more than what's available in the wage market at this point in time. So anyway, let me go ahead and take a drink to the blue-collar chaps, because let me tell you something, man. You blue-collar chaps, you better hope that you're making over $47,000 a year in a salary, or you're getting paid the appropriate wage, or whatever the case might be, because this government is trying to take our jobs away, and you can just sense, just based on this latest overtime rule, it's getting bad, folks. It's getting bad. But anyway, I want to say cheers to the blue-collar chaps. Cheers to the white-collar chaps. They're taking it on the teeth today thanks to this rule. And, of course, cheers to the Trump train. Cheers to the capitalist army. And cheers to the man who has sparked this movement, this capitalist revolution, Donald Trump. Cheers, baby. I'm telling you, every time I taste that beer, it reminds me of a nostalgic feeling. You know what I'm saying? It just brought me back into a better place mentally. Just by taking that sip right there, it brought me back to a better place mentally, instead of remembering that this stupid, ridiculous overtime law was just passed today. So anyway, I want to go ahead and move on to the next subject matter, folks, because I'm telling you that overtime rule is really, it's not good. It's not good for America, not good for capitalists, not good for workers. It's not good for anybody but the goddamn government. Anyway, did you hear about old Mitt Romney, Magic Underpants over here? Did you hear about him? He's ending his recruiting efforts for an independent candidacy. Oh, well, thank you, you dumbass Mormon freaking Magic Underpants prick. Jesus Christ, what were you thinking? What are you smoking up there? I mean, what are you drinking, the salt water out of Salt Lake? I mean, what the hell is your problem, Romney, for you to be out here and thinking that you even have a shot? I mean, you were rejected for a John Turncoat McCain in 2008. You were rejected for a stupid communist socialist bastard Barack Obama in 2012. What makes your dumbass, idiotic, Mormon idiot, stupid self think that you think that, people are going to want you president, huh? What makes you think? Stupid moron. I'm glad that he finally came to his senses. No one is going to vote for this man. He must have heard me yesterday, because if you heard me yesterday, I was already goading dumbass Mitt Romney to go ahead and run. I said, go ahead and run. All right, take these so-called conservatives, these rogue evangelicals, which are such a small minority at this point, with you. All right? This Trump movement, this capitalist revolution is way bigger than not only the Republican Party, but sure as hell is bigger than the goddamn stupid Ted Cruz, Glenn Beck, hypocritical evangelical conservative jerk dicks. All right? It's way bigger than that. And I said yesterday on the show yesterday, go ahead and do it, Romney. Do it. Do it, faggot. Anyway, sorry. I'm sorry I'm getting off keister, folks. I'm sick and tired of these people that are within the party, these bureaucrats, because that's all they are. They're bureaucrats. They're establishment bureaucrats that are insisting on not obliging the people's will. I mean, they even tried to allude to us earlier on in this campaign that the people's vote doesn't mean dick. Remember that? Remember Curly Hoagland and, oh, well, you know, it's the party that chooses the nominee. You know, Jesus Christ. Good riddance, Romney. Get the hell out of here already, man. You're making a mockery of yourself, your magic underpants religion, and your family, for Christ's sake. I mean, you actually come from decent stock, Mitt Romney, for Christ's sake. What the hell's your problem? I mean, is it really true you played too much Smear the Queer when you were growing up, in middle school and high school or something? I mean, you got a problem. You've got a freaking problem. You and Paul Ryan, y'all got a problem. Jesus Christ. I'm glad. Good riddance, Mitt Romney. Get out of here. Get out. And take your magic underpants with you. Get out of here. Anyway, I don't want to talk about Mitt Romney. Good riddance. I'm glad that he's gotten off of his high horse, for a lack of a better term, on entertaining a third-party candidacy like people are going to care. Anyway, I want to talk a little bit about Hillary Clinton's surrogate, former governor and actually former head of the damn DNC, Ed Rendell. Y'all remember this son of a bitch? I mean, I know he's a name from the past. He's former governor of Pennsylvania. Former head of the DNC out here. Did you hear what this idiot said, for Christ's sake? And I'm going to say what he said, and then I'm going to explain why. You're not going to hear dick out of the goddamn mainstream media. You're not going to hear them harping on this. You're not going to hear Hillary Rotten Clinton call him out, saying that he's going off the reservation, quote unquote. You're not going to hear none of that crap. But let me tell you what Ed Rendell said, all right? This guy is a surrogate now for Hillary Rotten Clinton, all right? This idiot said that Trump will not win because, quote, there are probably more ugly women in America than attractive women. I mean, that's this is a Democrat here. This is the reason he said that Trump is going to lose. He said that he's going to lose because, once again, quote, there's probably more ugly women in America than attractive women. All right? I mean, look, are we going to hear any kind of outcry about Hillary Clinton that her surrogate is out here saying that there's more ugly women in America than attractive? I mean, are we going to hear something about that? Are we going to hear that fat, bull-dykey-looking piece of tattooed trash, Lena Dunham, say anything about this? Huh? I mean, is feminist frequency and her stupid, dumb, fraudulent ass, in my opinion, going to go out and say anything about it? No, they're not going to say a goddamn thing about it. Why? Because Ed Rendell is a Democrat. Oh, he's a Democrat, and he's a liberal. He's for Hillary Rotten. And because he's Hillary Rotten, he can't be sexist, even though he just said that Trump will lose because there are probably more ugly women than attractive women in America. You can't make this stuff up, man. I mean, you cannot make this crap up. They try to go after Trump's jugular with a fake hit piece in the New York Times this past Sunday that was ended up rebuked Monday morning by the freaking person they quoted in that fraudulent article. And here you've got Hillary Clinton surrogate, Ed Rendell, former governor of Pennsylvania, freaking former head of the goddamn DNC out here, making such a ridiculous, sexist, freaking comment, for Christ's sake. He might as well have said, hey, look, by the way, all you ugly women, get in the kitchen. I mean, he might as well have said that. He might as well have said, hey, all you ugly women that are in America, go in the kitchen, make me a sandwich. Now. And get me a beer, broad. I'm serious. I'm not joking, man. I mean, give me a break. There are probably more ugly women in America than attractive, and that's why Trump's going to lose? I mean, can somebody explain to me what the hell is supposed to be intended to be interpreted in that freaked out, stupid statement? Jesus Christ. I mean, not that I disagree with Rendell, but I'm just saying. How come Democrats get to say this crap? How come people on the left always are able to, slip up? They're able to say just blatant racist, sexist remarks. They get complete get-out-of-jail Monopoly card free passes. All right, like no big deal. Y'all remember when Joe Biden, said some kind of racist remark during the campaign of 2008 against Barack Obama? I think that he said he's one of the good blacks or something like that, or he speaks well for a black or something of that nature. And, hey, he became his vice president, all right? I remember Harry Reid, scary Harry Reid, former Senate majority leader of the Senate. I remember this liberal piece of trash from Las Vegas. Said that Barack Obama is one of the good Negroes, quote unquote. All right? But this guy gets a pass, right? Everybody gets a pass. If you're on the left, you can say the most vile, disgusting, pathetic things. But if you happen to, not hold the left's perspective socially, politically, and economically, well, then you're chastised. You're a racist. You're a sexist. You're a lizard. I mean, I can go on and on, all right? Anyway, once again, I thought that was hilarious. Hilarious. Ed Rendell putting his fat foot in his mouth. Unbelievable. Anyway, folks, before we move on to anything else, I'd like to go ahead and take some Twitter shout-outs right here, right now on the True Capitalist Radio Show. And all you have to do to get a Twitter shout-out is retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account. And the Twitter account is PoliticsGhost, all one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost, and please retweet the first tweet, True Capitalist Radio now live. That's the tweet that needs to be retweeted if you want a damn Twitter shout out right here, right now, live on the broadcast. All right, do we got any Twitter shout outs there, engineer? All right, we got a few Twitter shout outs, so let's get to them right now. We got Ann and the Wizard in here. Ghost is a wrestler. Yeah, that's real funny. Templeton Sanders again. Jesus Christ. Ghost is John Cena. RJD 279. Ghost has no hands. What are you talking about? I got no hands, boy. Are you kidding me? I clenched my fist, put him in my pocket. I could get arrested for carrying illegal weapons, baby. Should be talking crap. Anyway, who else do we got? We've got Tohu. I'm not going to say that Tohu crap. We got Corn Blaster in the house. We got Laggett in the place. We've got the Canadian Spartan in the house. Smooth Sailing on 6th Street. Oh, real funny, asshole. All right? Real funny. Look, I don't really appreciate all the goddamn rain jokes. I'm serious. I mean, last evening was horrible. And it just doesn't seem to want to stop. I mean, the rain, the hail, the high winds, the tornadic activity, it doesn't want to stop. Jesus Christ. Anyway, Texas flood insurance, yes. Get the hell out. Get him out of here. We got Shady Sands, man, Lego Fan 421 in the place. John SK in the house. Ed Ghostell. Right. How long did that take? You goddamn trolls. What do you got? You get some kind of a freaking program where you goddamn shit these Twitter names out? What the hell's going on with this crap?
Oye, is that the new Samsung Galaxy S7?
Yeah, I got it for $0 down on AT&T Next. Plus, it takes amazing pictures. Oops.
Don't worry, it's a water-resistant Samsung Galaxy S7.
You can get the new Samsung Galaxy S7 for $0 down on AT&T Next too. AT&T, mobilizing your world. Requires well-qualified credit, installment agreement, and service. Balance due if service canceled. Taxes, activation, or upgrade, and other fees, charges, and restrictions apply. Water resistant up to 5 feet for up to 30 minutes. Rinse residue. Wipe dry. Visit att.com/next for details.
Anyway, you want a Twitter shout-out, once again, retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account. Very simple, very easy. All right? Prince Elevator to Hell, that's horrible. You know, heartless troll bastard, I'm telling you. Womb drinker, Jesus Christ. Capitalist UK in the house. We've got no water for Cali. Okay, I guess. We've got Sergeant Yoda. Guy Clark LOL for Christ. Jesus Christ, you guys, you just laugh at people's death for Christ's sake. You're sick. We've got botch specialists in the house. We've got mermaids in Texas. Jesus Christ. Look, I'm not going to let you people harsh my mellow as it relates to today. You don't understand. Donald Trump is the GOP nominee. He is victorious in Oregon. I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? You're not harshing my mellow. As a matter of fact, let me take another goddamn drink of beer. I'm already almost finished with this because these are 12-ounce can, you know, pieces of garbage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chug this one, open up another one, and get into the goddamn 30-pack and keep on going, baby. Woo! One can down, another one to go, baby. I'm telling you, I'm not messing around out here, for Christ's sake. I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of the goddamn rain. And not to mention, I'm not letting you people harsh my mellow, all right? Look, like there's some idiot Texas rain dancer. Go shove it up your ass with that crap. I'm not letting you people harsh my mellow because, let me tell you something. I'm feeling good right now, all right? The Trump train is in full effect. I feel so secure now that Trump is the GOP nominee. Now it's time for us to get to the White House. Now it's time for us to get to the White House, boy. Anyway, let me continue. You have any more, engineer? All right, we've got G in the house. What's going on at G? Ghost of Stalin in the house. Flamin' nipple chops in the place. I'm not saying that. Hoax moon landing. Yeah, I don't believe we landed on the moon. Full Metal Alchemist in the house. 6th Street Homo. You son of a bitch. What are you talking? You better not be talking about me, boy. Because let me tell you, you come down here to 6th Street and call me that, you get your ass whooped, boy. I guarantee you. You get your ass whooped. Lobotomized ghost. Kick ghost's ass. You son of a bitch. Come down here and do it then, boy. You come on down here and do it, see if you don't get your ass whooped. Texas drowning in debt. Here we go again. Jesus Christ, these stupid sons of bitches. Poseidon's land assets. I mean, do you hear this? I mean, listen, I'm not joking around, all right? We are having unbelievable hail, rain, tornadic activity, high-speed winds. I mean, it is unprecedented weather. I've lived here on this earth, and especially in Texas, for a good amount of years. And I have never, ever witnessed the amount of frequency, especially as it pertains to hail, in this part of the country in my life. I've never seen it like this. Never. And for you people to make fun of it is sick, disgusting, disturbing. It just goes to show you, folks, the internet's filled with troll terrorists and cyber vermin. And look, right when I go back to the Twitter shout, it's like Party Boat Texas. I mean, give me a freaking break. God hates socialists in the house. I'm not saying that sick-ass name, for Christ's sake. Surfs Up in Texas. Austin Pool Party. Shove it up your ass. We got Kiwi Archangel in the place. Regular TCA in the house. What's going on, man? Sunken Lone Star. Jesus Christ. We got Trans Ghosty. Yeah, real funny, asshole. Real funny. We got the capitalist Scott in the house. What's going on? Let me tell you, I love hearing all the capitalist names going on. I'm telling you. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do, all right? Aside from coming back on this broadcast in an attempt to try to help facilitate a presidential win for one Donald Trump, I'm coming back up here to spark the synapses in the brains of potential capitalists throughout the world. Anyway, we've got Poseidon versus Houston houseboats. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Free Zorg in the house. What's going on? Harping your mellow. Harping your mellow. You crap. Freaking harping my mellow. You piece of trash. Jesus Christ. And that's not funny, folks. I'm serious. That's not funny. I mean, you got freaking Harp out here doing whatever it's doing, and it's obvious this is not some kind of freaking natural phenomena that's happening out here. All right? I mean, on a consistent basis, we are witnessing rain out here and hails. I mean, it was hail and apples, for Christ's sake. It was hail and apples. Jesus Christ. You know, I'm done. That's enough with the freaking Twitter shout. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. Give me that freaking mic, for Christ's sake. I'm done with these Twitter shout-outs. You see, this is what I try to do. This is what I get for trying to make the show a little bit interactive for folk. All right? This is what I get. This is the goddamn thanks I get, for Christ's sake. I mean, don't you troll terrorists know that my show is serious business? You understand that? My show is listened to by legitimate news gathering and information folks. My show is a legitimate political forum. So don't screw it up, you troll terrorist cyber vermin, pimple-faced, flapjack-eating, Cheeto stain on your finger keyboard jerking, piggish power-bottom fruit bowls. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry for getting off keister, folks. I mean, you're listening to this, right? You're listening to this, right? Oh, my God. Anyway, folks, we are well into the second hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost, and we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. And, of course, you can listen to every one of the broadcasts in the archive at blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Jesus Christ. I'm still a little pissed at these freaking dumbass Twitter names, man. I mean, I want to be completely honest with you. I cringe when I do these goddamn Twitter shout-outs. I'm going to be completely honest with you, all right? I mean, it's cringe-worthy internets as far as I'm concerned. Cringe-worthy internets. Anyway, folks, let's just move on with the broadcast, for Christ's sake, all right? Hey, and before I move on, spread it around like wildfire, all right, folks? I mean, if you're listening, if you're one of these troll terrorists that are pissing me off, the least you could do is spread the word that we are live and in effect into the house. There's all kinds of little buttons right next to you, right in front of your goddamn face, next to the player right there. All kinds of Facebook like buttons and retweet this buttons and share this buttons and social media buttons. Use and abuse those buttons, all right? It's just a freaking click, assholes. Jesus Christ, the least you could do for the kind of crap that you give me on a consistent goddamn basis. Jesus Christ. And moreover, folks, we're trying to break this 50,000 live listener threshold that for whatever reason I just can't break. All right? So I need your help, all right? I need your goddamn help. Stop being a freaking milky liquor. Anyway, where the hell was I, engineer? I got off keister because of these bastards. Where the hell was I? Oh, yeah, that's right. Mitt Romney, Magic Underpants, canceling his ambitions for a third-party candidacy. Thank God, all right? Oh, yeah, and we were talking about Ed Rendell, how he said that Trump's going to lose because there's more ugly women than attractive women in America. Okay, that's right. Anyway, folks, I want to move on to the next subject matter. Did you hear Jeb Bush, once again, trying to throw his stupid name in the media by trying to criticize Trump about his Taco Bowl, what is this, fifth of mayonnaise tweet, Cinco de Mayo, fifth of mayonnaise? Well, anyway, Jeb Bush came out and basically criticized Trump, saying that he was culturally insensitive for tweeting out a Taco Bowl in relation to Cinco de Mayo, okay? Now, this is utterly pathetic and ridiculous, and this just goes to show you that Jeb Bush, the guac bowl merchant himself, is so desperate for attention that this idiot is resorting to political correct leftist tactics to get attention from the media. And this got attention, folks. He said that the Taco Bowl tweet on Cinco de Mayo, the fifth of mayonnaise, all right, was culturally insensitive. He compared it, and I quote, to eating a watermelon and saying, I love African Americans. I mean, good Jesus Christ, are you kidding me? Can you believe this guac bowl merchant? This is the same asshole who's trying to sell a guacamole bowl on Jeb Bush freaking website for president for $75, for Christ's sake. If that wasn't some funny money funneling, in my opinion, I'd never heard of such a thing. $75 for a guac bowl? You son of a bitch. I mean, what's more racist? I mean, Jesus Christ. Anyway, as I stated, he compared the Taco Bowl tweet on Cinco de Mayo from Donald Trump to that of somebody basically eating a watermelon and saying, I love African Americans. I mean, you couldn't get any more racist. And what? Because Jeb Bush is against Donald Trump, does he get a pass, huh? Black Lives Matter? Huh? Does he get a pass there, leftist? I mean, does this man get a pass? Get the hell out of here. I saw nothing culturally insensitive about a Taco Bowl being tweeted and saying, happy Cinco de Mayo, all right? Now, first of all, the whole concept of Cinco de Mayo is ridiculous, all right? I mean, how in the hell can a country celebrate two Independence Days and claim to not be a bunch of drunkards, first of all right? Secondly, I mean, the people that celebrate it in this country more are drunkard white people, all right? I'm serious, drunkard white people than there are Mexican people. I mean, I'm serious. It's the same people that are probably at these Bernie Sanders rallies that are out here at these goddamn bars saying, hey, it's Cinco de Mayo, and it gives them the culturally insensitive opportunity to wear these ridiculous sombreros, you know what I'm saying, and then, drink out of a tequila bottle with a freaking, a worm on the bottom of it, for Christ's sake, and can claim to not be racist, all right? Jesus Christ. I'm serious, man. I saw nothing wrong with that. Moreover, you got a lot of people of Mexican-American descent, so-called Mexican-American descent out here, claiming that, Donald Trump didn't have the right cuisine. The right cuisine? What are you talking about? Every damn mainstream Mexican-American freaking fast food joint freaking sells a taco bowl. All right? All right, I mean, what would have appeased you so-called leftist Mexican Americans, huh? He ate a burrito from Chipotle? Yeah, that's very La Raza. I mean, the freaking owner of Chipotle, the guy who founded it, is a white hipster. Oh, yeah, that's very La Raza. I mean, what would have appeased you people? I'm serious. You people, with all due respect, I mean, Mexico cuisine is all over the place. All right, you go to South Central Mexico, it's seafood. All right? It's seafood. It's, exotic fishes, fried fishes, different kinds of plates relating to seafood. Of course, they have the Mexican spiced flavor and whatnot. You go up to northern Mexico, that's where you have the traditional Mexican food, per se. The tacos, which in actuality, the tacos in Mexico are made out of little tortillas. The little tortillas are like small tortillas. They look ridiculous. I mean, they look like they're making tacos for midgets out there in Mexico and northern Mexico. And then you go to the Baja region, All right, Baja region, believe it or not, they have converged the taco with the South Central Mexico cuisine by specializing in fish tacos. Now, the tortilla gets a little bigger in Baja because, you know, they want more fish. But believe it or not, in Baja, they put all kinds of weird crap in the fish taco, like sour cream and, you know, all kinds of weird stuff. And the reason is it's a convergence of different cuisines. You understand, Baja was or that particular area of Mexico that goes into Cali was a port area. So you have a lot of convergence of Asian cuisine because there were a lot of Asian, sailors that came in through the trade routes. You have a lot of convergence with, some of the Asiatic, Indian type of cuisines. I'm just telling you the truth. You Mexican Americans that claim that, oh, he's not doing it right, man. He's fucking guy. He's over here with a taco bowl. Who does with a taco bowl? Look, if a taco bowl is racist, then La Raza, UNIDA, and all these stupid nonprofit organizations, they need to go and sue these Taco Bells, you know. I mean, make a run for the border. How come nobody thought that was racist, for Christ's sake? Make a run for the border. Remember that? I mean, give me a freaking break. I mean, there is no Mexican cuisine. It's a convergence of crap, all right? I mean, out here in Texas, we got something called Tex-Mex, all right, which is a convergence of Mexican food, all right? As a matter of fact, Mexican food from Mexico, Spanish food, and the traditional Texas settlers' food out here. All right, I mean, I'm serious. I'm not joking around. I mean, if you compared the Mexican food out here in South Texas and you tried to get the same goddamn thing in California, you ain't going to get the same damn thing. Same Mexican-American people descented, right? They're the same people from supposed Mexican-American descent, different cuisines. All right, because unfortunately, you Mexicans at this point in time, and I'm not blaming, maybe second or third or fourth generation Mexicans. Some of you are, but not most of you. I'm blaming these people that are fresh off the freaking Rio Grande, fresh off the border, that are out here still trying to claim Mexico and try to find some sort of cultural significance in claiming Mexico. There is no cultural significance. I mean, I hate to keep reiterating this, that Mexico is nothing more than the mass rapings of Hernan Cortez, the Conquistador, and the slaughtering of the Aztecs. I mean, I've told that story time and time again. All right, the Conquistadors came in. It wasn't just Cortez. There was a whole bunch of them, the ones that conquered the Mayans, the ones that conquered the Incas. Cortez was the guy that conquered the Aztecs. I mean, it was just mass rapings of the freaking Spaniards and the conquistadors. I mean, let's be freaking honest here. And moreover, folks, if you go down to Mexico, you'll notice that there is racism in Mexico, all right? Yeah, if you take a look at the people that are rich and wealthy in Mexico, they seem to have lighter skin and lighter eyes. Oh, really? How quaint, how convenient. And meanwhile, you've got the peasantry and the idiots that are trying to hop over the freaking Rio Grande to get over here, still taking pride in this crap. I mean, this is how ignorant this whole argument of La Raza is. It's ignorant. It's stupid. I mean, don't you idiot supposed Mexican Americans know that South America encompasses all kinds of different nationalities, not just Mexican, all right? There's Panamanian, there's Venezuelan, all right, there's Belizean, there's Chilean, there's Argentinian, there's Brazilian. I mean, just the gall of La Raza. It's enough, all right? It's enough. And I know Jeb Bush was trying, to hit some kind of cultural nerve to make himself significant to some element of the electorate, but he made himself look like a fucking moron. Excuse my French, he's an idiot. Go sell another guac bowl, asshole. Jesus Christ. Anyway, folks, let me move on to another subject, and let me take another swig of this beer here. Good stuff. Anyway, let's talk about another subject matter other than the guac bowl merchant, Jeb Bush. Did y'all hear that the Senate passed a bill allowing the 9/11 victims to sue Saudi Arabia. And, of course, Saudi Arabia is getting a little apprehensive about this. And, of course, Obama's threatening to veto it right off the bat. And the reason he's threatening to veto it, and his claim is that if we allow 9/11 victims to sue Saudi Arabia, that everybody who this asshole killed via drone strikes can sue America. I mean, of course, he didn't say that, but that's what he's alluding to. He's alluding to the fact that if the 9/11 victims' families were to sue Saudi Arabia, that victims of America's warfare, for a lack of a better term, would be also prosecutable under that same context. Now, to be honest with you, I mean, he's got a small point, but the problem is he helped create that context, all right? This guy's out here using drone strikes. I mean, he's joking about it at goddamn correspondence dinners, all right? He's joking about it. So that's why Obama does not want to, have this bill passed. He doesn't want to be sued. America doesn't want to be sued. All right? You don't think that some of these people that were hit with drone strikes directed by Obama want to sue? I'm serious. I mean, look, I'm not trying to say that the 9/11 victims do not deserve some kind of monetary compensation, but that's why, in my opinion, Obama went to Saudi Arabia, and Obama probably assured Saudi Arabia that, look, okay, we may release the 28 pages, but we're going to make sure that no one can sue you about it, all right? All right, I know it's bad, but I got to do it, and it's also going to implement Hillary Rotten Clinton and her husband in on this whole goddamn conspiracy, so it'll help me in the long run. You get it, Saudi Arabia? You get it? I'm trying to get Joe Biden in as president over here. And that's my opinion. That's what I think is happening right here, all right? So once again, I think the Senate, they pushed this bill, they passed this bill to try to, put Obama's nuts on the table, for a lack of a better term. And Obama's going to veto it. He's already said he's going to do it. All right, and that's basically, spitting on the faces of the 9/11 victims. But in actuality, he's covering his own ass. All right, he's covering his own ass. He knows he's done a lot of war crimes. He knows that his actions have done a lot to a lot of different people, and he doesn't want any kind of monetary ramifications, nor does this man want to be prosecuted to any degree. And let me tell you, in Egypt, they already want Hillary Rotten Clinton and Barack Obama arrested, so he'll never go back to Egypt again. If he ever did, I don't think he ever went to Egypt. But seriously, I mean, this guy, I mean, the same as George W. Bush. These people are war criminals in parts of the international community, and they're rightfully so. Rightfully goddamn so. Anyway, let's move on to another subject matter, folks. Once again, Senate passes a bill to allow 9/11 victims to sue Saudi Arabia, but once again, Obama will veto it, claiming that it threatens America from being sued by, and in my personal opinion, it'll be things that he did, because he's been in power for the past, going to be 8 years. I mean, he's, used drones indiscriminately. He didn't care. He even used them on American citizens, American-born citizens. So once again, I think that's really the underlying factor as it relates to him going to do this veto as it relates to this 9/11 victims to sue Saudi Arabia bill. Anyway, I want to move on to the next subject matter. NATO, have you been hearing about this? I mean, even though a recent general said that, hey, we're kind of undermanned, we're kind of, undergunned here as it relates to confronting Russia as a NATO force. Even though that general went out and said that here recently, it's not stopping NATO from conducting military exercises by the Russian border, which in my opinion is the reason why you've got Russian fighters intercepting American jets in certain parts of Eastern Europe. You had those jets showing their might against American fighters, American battleships. Russian fighter jets were whizzing by these American battleships in the Baltic showing their force. That's why you've got, to be honest with you, America trying to confront also China. And I think a little big part of that, it has nothing to do with the South China Sea. It has everything to do with what we discussed about a few weeks ago, China trying to create a gold-backed currency. So once again, folks, as much as these people that are in power want you to believe that they're fighting ISIS, in my personal opinion, they are trying to arrange a global confrontation with Russia and China, in my opinion. NATO conducting military exercises by the border of Russia is playing with fire. I mean, Russia has already alluded to the fact that if they keep doing this, that they're going to destroy NATO, all right? And you see, this is why America should have no business being involved with NATO, because, look, they're the ones playing war games out here with goddamn freaking Russia. They're the ones playing these freaking war games. I mean, just because we're a part of this crap, I mean, this is a Cold War entity. This is a Cold War international institution. And NATO, because it was a Cold War international institution agreed to by these national powers, these international powers, it has developed into a system of its own. That's why I keep telling you, folks, when a bureaucratic system is created, it becomes a life of its own. You understand that? I mean, even though there are individuals within the system, it becomes a life of its own. The entity of the system becomes a life of its own. It's its own entity, and that's why you have NATO. It had good intentions during the Cold War. We got to have these alliance powers just in case the goddamn Russians get uppity and try to throw a goddamn nuclear weapon at us. Well, that's no longer the threat, in my personal opinion. I think that Russia's gums are bleeding. And, NATO and America are antagonizing Russia, giving them no other option and no other opportunity than to make a goddamn move. And that's what makes these war games and what foreign policy our government is conducting in very dangerous. All right? I mean, that's why ISIS is on the back burner. In my opinion, we fund it. Well, first of all, it's not my opinion. It's a fact. I mean, General Michael T. Flynn, who was the head of the DIA, the Defense Intelligence Agency, said on record that it was Obama's decision. He knowingly made a decision to arm, fund, and train ISIS. All right, and ISIS are what were called the Salafist Muslims. All right, and he told Obama this. Obama didn't care, still armed them, still trained them, and Michael T. Flynn, former head of the DIA, said that he tried to fight it, he tried to go against it, but he was overruled by policy. And when asked, well, who made the policy decisions, he said, the president. And you got to ask the president what exactly he's doing, because I don't know what the hell he's doing. Even Michael T. Flynn said this. And the DIA, the Defense Intelligence Agency, is much like the CIA, but it's exclusive for the Pentagon. So once again, I mean, in my opinion, they are funding ISIS and training and giving these idiots weapons to basically use that as a smokescreen to kill two birds with one stone. All right? First is to make people believe that there's an actual war going on with ISIS, which there isn't. ISIS is being utilized by NATO, by America, and by other powers to basically take over secularist governments within the Middle East to destabilize the region so that the whole region can go into complete and utter turmoil and the Shiites and the Sunnis and the Kurds could kill each other. Meanwhile, because of the blowback of that particular foreign policy, you have the migrant crisis that has already affected Europe and is coming here to America, and it's by design because, as I've stated time and time and time again, I mean, look at what the bureaucrats have done in Europe, all right? I mean, the bureaucrats are doing this to Europe, in my opinion, to bring in cheap labor for the monopoly corporations that have merged with the governments of Europe, or the EU, I should say. Cheap labor for the corporations, moreover, more votes for the bureaucrats so that they can sustain power for long periods of time. Henceforth, look at the election of London. The mayor of London, a freaking Muslim, for Christ's sake, and how did a Muslim Labour Party member become the mayor of London. I'll tell you how. Because of all the influx of migrants and Muslim immigrants that have influxed into London, their political influence is now being reflected in the democratic process. So I'm telling you, these bureaucrats are doing two things by, funding ISIS and smoke screening and pretending that we're fighting wars out here. But in actuality, all we're doing is utilizing ISIS to go out and take out secularist governments, destabilize the region, trying to cause a war between Shiites, Sunnis, and Kurds. All right, let these people kill each other. The migrant crisis happens. The people come into Europe. The people come into America. They basically undercut the labor costs of wages that are being paid to the domestic residents of the countries. And moreover, they become more voter base, a bigger voter base for the bureaucrats. Meanwhile, while all this is happening, while the citizens are having to deal with the integration of the migrant crisis, and while the citizens are being told by the boob tube mainstream media that we're fighting ISIS, you've got America and NATO and all these forces trying to confront Russia and China into a global nuclear conflict. And I think this is pretty sick and suicidal, and I think that everybody needs to awaken themselves to this reality. The reality is that our government is doing some really wicked, weird, pathetic, I don't know what kind of foreign policy this is. I mean, to be honest with you, this is Zbigniew Brzezinski. All right, and if you don't know who the hell this guy is, you need to research him. This is the same guy that said this quote. All right, this is Zbigniew Brzezinski's quote. That 150 years ago, it was a lot easier to control 1 million people than it was to physically kill 1 million people. Today, it is far more infinitely easier to kill 1 million people than it is to control 1 million people. Now, that's a quote from Zbigniew Brzezinski, who is directing Obama's foreign policy, who's in his own book suggests that America's foreign policy should be a direct confrontation with Russia and China. And henceforth, that's why you're seeing all this happen. All right? I mean, Zbigniew Brzezinski, he's a nutcase. You can tell this guy's got a few screws loose, for Christ's sake. And if you don't want to know who his daughter is that blonde bimbo on Morning Joe. All right? So that just goes to show you how deep this goddamn state-run media crap runs, all right? That's his daughter, all right? So that's what I'm saying. Zbigniew Brzezinski, this man is directing this sick-ass foreign policy of a direct confrontation with Russia and China. And we are witnessing this by NATO's actions conducting military exercises at the border of Russia. And I'm telling you, folks, I think people need to be very wary about this, and I think people need to realize that we don't need to be bamboozled by what's actually unfolding right before our very eyes. And that's why I encourage everybody to listen to this broadcast, because anything I say on this broadcast, you can go look it up on the internet. That's what's so beautiful about it. You can't do that on the TV. You're at the comfort of your sofa. You're just sitting there, you're vegging out, But when you're on the internet or you're listening to us by phone, you can just look up anything I say, and that's the point. That's the whole purpose of listening to a broadcast like this, so you can enlighten yourself, so that you can know the truth about things. All right, so you can be a lot more smarter than the average schmuck out here that claims to be so enlightened and intelligent when they don't know a goddamn thing. Now, once again, I want to reiterate how potentially dangerous this confrontation with Russia and China is. I mean, these are nuclear powers, all right? I mean, they have nuclear warheads directed towards us because of the old Cold War policies. I mean, I talked about yesterday that Russia is threatening to reestablish its missile defense system because of the goddamn weapons that America is moving into Eastern Europe. All right? So, look, this doesn't spell very well, folks, and I think everybody needs to be aware of this and not be so taken back and enthralled by the warlike theater of combat that is ISIS. All right? I mean, don't get me wrong, we should smash the hell out of them, but what's the problem? The problem is that we funded them, man. I mean, they have our weapons. I mean, they're using our vehicles. I mean, it's disgusting. I mean, I said this yesterday. I mean, whenever they have these fake bombings on ISIS, I mean, there's a video of this on YouTube. I mean, the military drops leaflets wherever ISIS is, telling them to move and get out of the way, that bombs are coming. I mean, they drop leaflets before they bomb these bastards. It's disgusting, man. Anyway, once again, NATO conducting military exercises by the Russian border. And yesterday, folks, let me move on to these last two subject matters, and then we'll go to Radio Graffiti. The U.S. Special Forces are now fighting in Libya, folks. Yesterday was reported that, the United States, we're considering arming Libya. I don't know. We're considering it. Remember, that was yesterday's news. Yesterday, the administration was thinking about arming Libya. Man, it comes to show that there's goddamn special forces there already, man. I mean, there's already goddamn special forces in that son of a bitch. Jesus Christ, man, are you joking? I mean, this is what I'm talking about. What are special forces doing in Libya if they're not directing the show out here, which is the theater of combat? I mean, as I've stated time and time again, folks, when Muammar Gaddafi was overthrown, they were throwing up the Al-Qaeda flag in the capital of Libya. All right? I mean, the people that we were backing up to overthrow Gaddafi was Al-Qaeda, which now has merged into ISIS. And if you don't believe me, folks, take a look at an interview that was given by Gaddafi, that was given by three journalists during the time of the turmoil of the supposed revolution of Libya. They asked him, who is it? I mean, why are your people rising up? He said, my people aren't rising up. My people aren't rising up. My people will die for me. My people love me. And they asked him, well, who is it that's rising up? He says, it's Al-Qaeda. It's Al-Qaeda. It's Al-Qaeda, he said. And they asked him, where did they come from? He said, they came in from outside. And they're the ones that were attacking the military bases. They were the ones that were initiating all this violence. I mean, folks, there's a video of Gaddafi riding around Tripoli with no security, basically with his head out of a sunroof, and, thousands of people, flocking to this guy as he's driving through the streets of Tripoli. I mean, that doesn't sound like, somebody who had, people who hated him. But like everything else, he was a socialist, folks, and he pacified his people with socialist fruits. He gave them free health care. Everybody had a fairly decent house or dig, some kind of a flat, some kind of a apartment building. Everybody was fed. I mean, as a matter of fact, Gaddafi shared the oil revenues that Libya's government generated with the people. So what he did was basically pacify the people with socialism, much like the bureaucrats did in Europe. And you see, the only reason he did it was to sustain his own bureaucratic power, to sustain his own supremacy. You see, the bureaucrats are doing this because they want to sustain systematic power. I mean, these bureaucrats are sold their souls to these systems that they know they can't reign forever, so they're selling their soul for the system so that the system can continue to sustain itself for another bureaucrat to act just as totalitarian as they were when they were in power. And you see, that was Gaddafi's biggest flaw, because that's why, in my opinion, he was so easy to take over. You throw in these battle-hardened, wild Yehudi jihadists, you throw them in there and they attack the military bases, and if they're able to overtake the military bases, well, then they're able to overtake the people, because the people aren't going to fight. I mean, Gaddafi is not, he didn't train these people to be warriors. He trained them to be docile socialist subjects. And that's why Libya was so easy to take over. And now that it's taken over, it's turned into a complete and total cesspool of death and destruction. And now what? You've got the special forces now in there directing traffic, directing terrorism. I mean, that's really what the reports I'm getting is what the special forces are doing out there. They're doing reconnaissance. They're talking to the supposed rebels. You know, they're discussing armament drop-off points. I mean, all kinds of crap. I mean, this is what's happening right before our eyes, right underneath our noses, for Christ's sake, and nobody cares. That's why these bureaucrats think you're so stupid, man. They think you're so stupid. They think you don't know anything. You don't know anything. Anyway, last but not least, did anybody hear, I mean, I know that people have been hearing on this show at least, that socialism is dying in Venezuela. And of course, for you Bernie Sanders fans, please go look at the goddamn images that are coming out of Venezuela. All right, now the lack of resources is affecting the hospitals. I put a tweet out about this. Politics Ghost is the Twitter account, all one word, no underscores, Politics Ghost, of images showing the hospitals that are now overflooded. The freaking surgeons don't have the proper utensils. They don't have the right medicines. People are laying on dirty floors that are filled with blood and bodily fluids, for Christ's sake. 7 babies a day are dying because of the unsanitary conditions of the hospital. They don't have the proper cleaning facilities. They don't have the proper cleaning chemicals. I mean, utter filth and disgust. People are just laying in gurneys or laying on the floor bleeding. Just horrific, disgusting filth happening. And, Nicolas Maduro, this idiot, this fat piece of burrito-eating trash, actually had the audacity and said, well, I don't know what people are talking about. Aside from Cuba, Venezuela has one of the best medical facilities and health systems in the world. I mean, this is how much denial this socialist scumbag is. And that's what all bureaucrats do. They'll never take responsibility. A bureaucrat will never take responsibility for a goddamn thing. A leftist will never take responsibility for a goddamn thing. But, I mean, with all due respect there, you dumb fat-ass Maduro, it's all your fault. It's your socialist government's fault. The people allowed you to take control of the money, and you idiots decided that, hey, it's okay, we got all kinds of oil. We're going to always be able to sell oil. And 95% of your idiot government's income came from petroleum sales. And when those petroleum prices fell, and as I said, like within the past 6 to 8 months, I mean, we saw it as low as, $28 a barrel? Their purchasing power, all right? Remember, 95% of revenue of the Venezuelan government revenue comes from the petroleum sales. Now, I bet some bureaucrat or bureaucrats decided that, hey, look, during the good times of oil, when they were, $100 a barrel, you remember that? These bureaucrats decided to say, because you know how these bureaucrats think, all they know how to do is spend money. They don't know how to make money. They decided we're making so much money on the sale of oil because it's $100 a barrel. Let's go ahead and allocate certain expenditures based on this $100 a barrel price, and let's let the people, take advantage of certain consumer goods that weren't traditionally able to be purchased out here in Venezuela. So what I'm saying is, folks, is that it's up to the government to allocate enough resources for its people. I mean, that's the element of socialism. That's why there's no more food in Venezuela. They're eating dogs and cats now. And once that is no longer available, I have no idea what the people of Venezuela are going to do, all right? I mean, literally, the government has no freaking money to be able to purchase enough goods to be able to suffice the demand and the shortages of everything from food to toilet paper. I mean, like I told you, the hospitals don't have utensils to do surgery. They don't have medications. The hospitals the people are laying on the floor, blood, all kinds of bodily fluids everywhere. It's disgusting. It looks like a horror show out there in Venezuela. But hey, Bernie Sanders fans, that's socialism, right, huh? Feel the burn, huh? Feel the burn. And I'm warning Nicolas Maduro. I'm warning you, you fat bastard. You have exactly a month to step down, or you will be removed from power. You will be physically and forcefully removed from power, Maduro. Pinochet style, baby. Pinochet style. You piece of crap. Anyway, that's about it, folks. I want to go ahead and get to everybody's favorite part of the broadcast, and I'm talking about radiography. That's right, folks. Radio graffiti, the part of the broadcast where the spectators become a part of the spectacle. All you have to do is give me a call right now at 516, is the number to call. And when I call on your Skype name or on your area code, you have exactly 3 to 4 seconds to say whatever it is that's on your mind, all right? And before we get into anything else, please follow me on Twitter, folks. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost. And once again, folks, if you haven't already done so, please spread it around like wildfire that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. Do we have any callers, engineer? All right, folks, it's Radio Graffiti, and we're going to get to it right now. 949 Radio Graffiti.
I'm drinking Johnny Walker, Rainbow Harvest,
Oh, Jesus Christ. 954 Radio Graffiti.
That isn't just the sound of the all-new 2016 Mercedes-Benz GLC being put through its paces. It's the sound of innovation. The innovation behind one of the most advanced SUVs on the road today. With multiple driving modes, a suite of intelligent drive systems, and a technology-filled cabin that sets new standards in modern luxury. This is what innovation sounds like. Now, discover what it feels like in a 2016 Mercedes-Benz GLC.
Some equipment described as optional.
Freaking Helen Keller, deaf mute, for Christ's sake. 518 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, shout-outs to all the parents who pay for their children's needs.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, shout-out to all those parents is right. 269 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, this is MLP from the Horse Strike. Wanted to say that boy is a forced meme. Please stop using it, everyone.
All right. How about 516 Radio Graffiti? Yeah, you're taking too long, you milky liquor. 435 Radio Graffiti. Christ, what the hell is that? 732 Radio Graffiti. Oh, Jesus Christ, come on. 205 Radio Graffiti.
Just send the foot job, kid. Come on over and play hopscotch with me.
Jesus Christ. 609 Radio Graffiti.
I want to float down 6th Street on Mammy's out big tanuki balls.
Yeah, you stupid idiot. Shut your stupid stinking hole. Radiant Snake, Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, it's a pleasure to speak to you again. Shout out to you, shout out to the engineer, shout out to everyone in the United Kingdom, and also shout out to Kraskin, and congratulations on your graduation.
Hey, thanks a lot there, Radiant Snake, and congrats to Karaskin on his graduation. Cave Johnson, Radio Graffiti.
When I see Donald Trump out in the Austin streets, I will tell him, fuck you, asshole. When I see Roger Stone out in the I'll tell him, fuck you, and fuck you, Trump. I'll be more.
You guys are sons of bitches, all right? First of all, don't besmirch the name of Donald Trump, and don't besmirch the name of Roger J. Stone, you sons of bitches. Big American Patriot, Radio Graffiti.
Supposedly, we got Vincent the Bay on the horn over here, crying in a corner in a puddle of piss. Vincent, you okay?
shut up. Just stop crying.
Oh, man, I don't know what the hell that's about, for Christ's sake. Mr. Sev, Radio Graffiti.
Why are you still alive?
Jesus Christ. Come on, for Christ's sake. Who else do we got? 810 Radio Graffiti. Jesus Christ. 615 Radio Graffiti. Jesus Christ, man. Get a better goddamn microphone, for Christ's sake. 518 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, you should watch Ruby, the Texas MMA in Austin, Texas by Rooster Teeth. That's right. Ruby, RW.
Shut up, you stupid moron. 404 Radio Graffiti.
Oh. Ghost, can you hear me?
Yeah, hurry up. Yeah, he probably had to talk to his mom or something. 773 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, Manhood Magic here. Just wanted to say, hope you're having a great Wednesday. I'm loving the show so far. Shout out to Teutonic Plague and the engineer.
Hey, thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate it. 610 Radio Graffiti.
And I want to tell the world that I'm a fag and I'm owned by Miss Rachel and her life coach. I have to do what she said. And I'm in my diaper and my pink Nikki's. And this is for adults, men and women, over 21. It's restricted. Bye.
Jesus Christ. 727 Radio Graffiti.
Ghost, he's under attack by battle droids. Your grandma. Battle droids.
Shut up, you stupid moron. Shut up! 630 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, it's me. I'm just going to say I'm sorry I didn't call in yesterday because I was at graduation.
Oh, well, congratulations, man. I'm glad that you graduated, man. 949 Radio Graffiti.
Oh, hey, I just wanted to share. I think the show's pretty good so far. Keep me on the line.
Hey, thanks a lot, man. Just push 1 so you're not in the queue. Who else? We got 404 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, did you hear about Obama trying to make it so that victims of 9/11 can't sue the Saudis? What a fucking load of shit. I guess he's shown his...
Stupid idiot. Haven't you been listening to this show? I just said that, you stupid moron. Jesus Christ. 937 Radio Graffiti.
Are you looking for cheap pools in the Austin area? Well, how about you just step outside and you get a free one all day, every day. Go now.
Shove it up your ass, all right? Stop making fun of the damn rain jokes, all right? It's not funny. We're getting too much damn rain out here. It's too much. And look, Harp needs to stop it. Just stop. Jesus Christ. 502 Radio Graffiti.
Hello, Ghost. We're bringing Titanic, the Broadway show, to 6th Street. We need a large immovable object to play the iceberg, and you're perfect. You're crippled.
Yeah, shut up, you stupid moron. Just shut your stupid stinking face. Stupid moron. 863 Radio Graffiti.
Ghost, are you a Zionist shill?
Am I a Zionist shill? No, I'm not a Zionist shill, you stupid broad. Now get back in the kitchen and cook me a sandwich, all right? 708 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, it's G. I just wanted to say to the people, stop making the rain jokes. It rained in Chicago a few years ago, and it was bad. The houses looked like they were on the ocean. It was crazy. We had the...
Yeah, man, straight up. I mean, they need to cut the crap, to say the least. They need to cut the crap. 781 Radio Graffiti.
Ghost, 4 years ago it was the drought. Now it's the rain. Make up your fucking mind, dude. Seriously, pick what...
Hey, shut up! We had a drought back then, you ass clown. That's what was affecting the freaking commodities prices, you stupid jerk dick. If you were listening back then, you'd have probably made some money on that instead of being a damn freaking ass hair counter. 239 Radio Graffiti.
Oh, howdy ho there, Ghost. It's Mickey Mouse.
I was looking for the whole anime sex thing the other day, and now there's a 90-minute line waiting in Magic Kingdom who wants a little Vicky from me.
Shut up, you stupid dumb mouse. Shut up. Who asked you? Son of a bitch. 630 Radio Graffiti.
These Texas floods jokes need to stop. If you don't stop, I will drown you in the ocean.
There you go, man. That's what I'm talking about, 630. Who else do we got? We've got Dr. Connors, Radio Graffiti. Jesus Christ. Hey, we couldn't hear you there. Sorry. Urinal Cake Curator, Radio Graffiti.
I'm telling you, I bet you it's a bunch of neckbeards doing this, for Christ's sake. You know, a bunch of neck-bearded pieces of pizza pocket eating, Pop-Tart eating, flapping their fat.
Look, that's enough, all right? Stop making me sound like half a goddamn tard, all right? I don't appreciate that crap. Pivot Idiot, Radio Graffiti. Shove it up your ass, for Christ's sake. Karaskin, Radio Graffiti.
Hey, guys, I just have a question.
All right, go ahead.
Can the engineer sing?
Can the engineer sing?
Yeah, we want to hear him sing. We never heard him sing before.
Hold on. Hey, engineer, can you sing? Well, you know, he likes to sing, but it's Radio Graffiti time right now. Pipe down, engineer. Do your damn job. All right, 619, Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, do you have a P.O. box so I could send you some of these extra life jackets I've got?
Now, shove it up your ass, all right, you dumb jerk dick. A real black guy, Radio Graffiti.
Hi, I'm spiritual advisor and marriage counselor David Kabir. Come to my one-week retreat and I'll show you how to learn real closeness. How? By giving up what you're close to. You'll give up your possessions, including your significant other. Developed in the 1950s by Marvin Cuck, cuckold therapy works.
It worked for us.
It was truly a defining moment in our trust and commitment when a well-endowed dude was ravaging her while I looked on helplessly.
See? It's going to bring you closer together. After the trauma, you'll cling to each other, deep in shame. And that's what a good relationship is about. Burying the shame as deep as possible. You have to start at the
Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, good Lord. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Dick Breath, Radio Graffiti. My wife more ugly than Hillary Clinton. By the way, shut up! Don't you even go there, boy. Don't you even goddamn go there. 484 Radio Graffiti.
Racist, you idiot! I'm not a goddamn racist. I'm not a freaking racist, man. Melting pot of friendship. 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 Melting pot.
That's a little amusing. Mixing me with Nirvana. Not too bad. Simply X, Radio Graffiti.
Ghost. You are not the talent.
You're not the talent. I'm the talent. You understand that? Ghost! Ghost is the talent. Fuck you! Screw all you people.
I'm serious. That's not look, that's enough, all right? Stop putting the goddamn engineer on a pedestal, all right? I'm the talent. Ghost is the talent, all right? And the engineer understands that, right, boy? You see, he understands that. Jesus Christ. Skeletor Skype, Radio Graffiti.
Yeah, and then you know what? My wife sucks black penis. I'm a cuckold.
Oh, you son of a bitch. I told you, idiots, don't even go there. Don't splice that crap. Damn you to hell. Son of a bitch. 408 Radio Graffiti.
Now, hillbillies never liked New York City, but we hate Arabs even more. And Jews do, and a whole lot of it. But when the World Trade Center was floored, some of us got an
Christ. Where do you find this crap? Seriously, where in the hell do you find this garbage? 727 Radio Graffiti.
Ghost, your grandma's being sucked in by a tornado. There's battle droids everywhere. You must get here now. Your grandma.
Shut up, all right? Just shut your stupid stinking face. Baltimore Trucker Radio Graffiti.
Everybody needs to start bowing down, all right?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Get a better goddamn computer there, jerk dick. Half Speed, Radio Graffiti.
Celluloid dripping off their ears.
Stop making me sound like half a tard, you stupid dumb prick. The People's Republic of China, Radio Graffiti. I am dropping goddamn freaking Teutonic Plague in the toilet. That's right. It's what I do, for Christ's sake. Oops. I mean, come on, leave Teutonic Plague alone, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ. Anyway, folks, we're about out of time for our live broadcast. We are going to extend the third hour into the post-broadcast edition. You can call up right now at 516-453-9903 to listen to that live, or go to blogtalkradio.com/ghost to hear it on the podcast directly after we are done with the post-show edition, all right? Moreover, follow me on Twitter, folks. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost. We will be here tomorrow, same place, same time, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time every Monday through Friday, folks. So spread it around like wildfire and tune in with us. Tune in with us live, baby, and call up. All right, tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Spread it around like wildfire. All right, folks, we are now into the extended third-hour edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, I want to thank you for tuning in with me. Look, I want to be completely honest with you, folks. I'm going to take some Radio Graffiti calls in here in a second, but good God, with all these disgusting, filthy troll terrorists and cyber vermin, I got to keep drinking is what I got. That's all I'm saying. I got to keep drinking. All right, and look, I hate these 12-ounce cans, for Christ's sake. I mean, they were meant for women, obviously, because they weren't meant for a man. As you can see, I'm chugging these like it ain't crap. All right. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pour that in there, let it foam down. But I'm gonna keep drinking. All right, because once again, I'm not letting you idiots harsh my mellow. You understand that? I'm not letting you morons harsh my goddamn mellow. I'm not letting you do it, boy. So let me go ahead and let that foam out. But before I get into Radio Graffiti, which I'm going to get to here in a second, all right, I definitely want to reiterate once again that we all must come together as the capitalist army and make sure that Donald Trump is elected president, all right? I mean, once again, when I go out and I tweet something, please just take the opportunity to retweet it or like it, all right? Vice versa. Go out and tweet some news articles. Go out and try to use your sphere of influence in an attempt to fashion the conscience of those that you can influence. Do you understand that? I mean, you have to understand the talking head media on the boob tube is literally shaping the minds of people, all right? And we cannot allow that to happen any longer, especially with the day and age of the goddamn internet. We can't do it. So as I've stated, folks, please do what you got to do, all right? Please do what you got to do. Anyway, folks, let me go ahead and let this foam out. I want to take another chug of beer here, but this goddamn foam, for Christ's sake, I'm sick of it. Although I know people are like, well, why don't you tilt it on the glass and you won't get any of that foam. Well, yeah, but then you'll get like kind of a flat-ass beer that doesn't air out. You got to air out the beer, boy. You understand that? You got to air out that goddamn beer so you can get the full flavor, get the full taste out of the son of a bitch. All right, we got it here. Let me take a chug of this beer. Pretty good stuff. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to Radio Graffiti post-show edition right now. We got Dark Sword, Radio Graffiti.
Yeah. Black people I'ma steal your shoes. You better hide your wallet, cause I'ma take that too. Black people. Hey. Black people, one big family with a really big bucket of KFC. Black people.
Seriously, like all of us are related.
I ran into an old amigo named Juan Luis. The Mexican called me Apple cause we both hang from trees. Now I kinda took that in a joking way, but was he talking about monkeys or the KKK? We don't get sunburnt, just ashy knees. And we don't chew tobacco, but we will smoke weed. Puff, puff, pass like the train that could. And we can't spell neighbor, so we call it the hood. And most of us would die with our finger on the trigger. I guess that's why they say I'm just a filthy little spear chucking, chicken eating, melon sucking, lone feeders, weed smoking, long penis. Well, you get the picture. They try to keep us out the White House again, but just like all White Houses, one of us broke in. And welfare and diapers is all we got. If you don't wear my favorite color, then you might get shot.
My favorite color is purple, by the way.
A black woman came to me to bash my song. I told her all blacks are Democrat. Now
prove me wrong.
Black people, I'ma steal your shoes. You better hide your wallet, cause I'ma take that too. Black people.
Hey.
I mean, get this crap. Are you joking, for Christ's sake? Where are you finding these racist tunes, for Christ's sake, man? I mean, good God, that's horrible. That is just horrible. But unfortunately, it sounded like a black man singing it. So, I mean, is it horrible? I don't know. I mean, if a black man's singing it, I mean, I guess it's what, comedy? Anyway, we've got Acid June, Radio Graffiti.
Nigga boy, 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 boom, with nigga boy, nigga boy, nigga boy. Housewives know there's nothing holding back with nigga boy, nigga boy, nigga boy. Nigga boy still best in the business. Best a lady ever had. A nigga boy shine is the shiniest shine. Thanks to aniline soap in every bag. What's the brand that everyone demands? It's nigga boy, nigga boy, nigga boy. And what's the gentlest cleaner on your hands? Why, nigga boy? Nigga boy, nigga boy.
Jeez, get this. Get it off, for Christ's sake. I mean, are you all listening to the racism here? I mean, this is racist crap. This is horrible. I mean, you see, this is why people that listen to this broadcast think that I'm racist, because you idiots are all racist. All right? I want to let everybody know and spread this around throughout the internets and throughout the world that Ghost from True Capitalist Radio is a melting pot of friendship. All right? I am a melting pot of friendship. I happen to have a whole bunch of friends that happen to be black. All right? I happen to have a whole bunch of friends that happen to be Hispanics. All right? I happen to have a whole bunch of friends that happen to be WAP, Kraut, Camel Jockey, a mix. All right, I mean, I got all over. I'm a melting pot of friendship, for Christ's sake. All right. I even got Orientals as friends, for Christ's sake. So don't sit here and try to, pigeonhole me as some sort of a goddamn racist grand dragon or something. I am not, boy. I am not. I'm a melting pot of friendship, boy. Jesus Christ, I got to get a drink after all this freaking racism, for Christ's sake. I mean, this is racist crap, man. Racist. Take a swig of this. I'm almost finished with this beer. This is what I'm saying, man. These fucking 12-ounce cans are for freaking girls, man. All right? They're for women. They're women cans. That's what they are. They're for women. These cans are for girls. You got the 12-ounce cans. They're for girls. They're for women. I don't want the pints. I want the pints because they're for men. But unfortunately, the place that I got it, they didn't have it, so I had to get a goddamn 30-pack. And somebody tweeted right now and asked if I drove home after I do the show. I don't drive home, folks. I live inside the city of Austin, Texas. You can walk all over this son of a bitch, all right? So I walk home. I mean, even if I get into a decent drunken stupor, all right, I mean, I can walk home. It's not a big deal, all right? I would never drive home, even though, I mean, with all due respect, I mean, what are you supposed to do? I mean, you drive to the bar, right, And you get what are you supposed to do at the bar? You buy drinks, all right, and then what? What are you supposed to do? I don't get it, all right. I mean, if people really wanted to help this whole drinking and driving situation, I mean, I wouldn't say outlaw bars. I'd say outlaw parking lots in bars. How about that, huh? How about a little bit of that? I mean, if the government really gave two rats' asses, and instead of municipalities utilizing drunk driving as a mechanism of revenue generation, all right, but if they really cared, they would enforce a law that, yeah, okay, you can have a bar, but there is no parking lots. And you see, the reason I say this is because this will absolve any bar liability as it relates to somebody, getting behind a wheel and killing somebody that was drinking at some bar, You remember, I'm thinking business-wise. I'm a businessman, all right? I'm always worried about business. I'm a capitalist, baby. That's what I do, all right? Anyway, let me take a chug of this and let me open up another beer here. That's what I'm doing. All right, I'm gonna take a swig of this. I'm gonna open up another girly can, 12-ounce can of beer, and we're gonna keep on going with the radio graffiti. All right. Here, let me take a chug here. Good stuff. All right, good stuff. And let me tell you, people always criticize me that they're a little concerned about my alcoholic beverage consumption. And look, I don't blame them for being a little concerned, but folks, I'd much prefer to take this crap than the garbage that the pharmaceutical company is going to try to shove down my throat. All right, I'm serious. I'm going to be completely honest with you. This is Grandpa's old cough medicine. There's nothing wrong with this, for Christ's sake. All right. Let me tell you something. I don't want to freaking. Let me get some wood here. Knock on some goddamn wood. I haven't been sick in a good 3 or 4 years. All right. I mean, at all. Sick one bit. All right. And let me explain why. It's my nutrition, baby. All right? I understand that the body needs nutrients. It needs minerals, all right, because the body itself is its own mechanism to fight off and ward off viruses and diseases and whatnot. I mean, the reason that most people get sick is because they're malnourished or they're mineral deficient, all right? Now, I'm not trying to say that, alcohol is very good for me. I am not naive to that fact. But once again, I gotta get something to take the edge off. I mean, if I wasn't doing this, some freaking psychologist somewhere would, prescribe me freaking some ridiculous psychotropic drug, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? So give me a break. Some asshole said that I'm technically drinking and driving because I'm in a wheelchair. Go screw yourself, you son of a bitch. All right, I am not a cripple, for Christ's sake. I'm not letting you idiots harsh my mellow. Let me go ahead and let me open up another damn beer here. I'm telling you, I'm not joking around, all right? I mean, these beers, these 12-ounce beers are for women, all right? Anyway, let's go ahead and pour this in. Yeah, baby. There we are. Let's go ahead and let that foam out a little bit, and let's take a couple more callers on this post-show radio graffiti, all right? Here we go. We got 708 radio graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, it's G again. I just wanted to say to these trolls again that, why troll Ghost? He's like the one man spreading the truth, and if I saw him in real life, I would buy him a beer or 12 beers. That's how much I respect this guy, because he's spreading the truth.
Hey, I really appreciate you saying that, G. I'm serious. I mean, I get no respect, all right? I get no respect, for Christ's sake, whatsoever, all right? I mean, I'm shooting pearls out here. I'm shooting pearls, and everyone could care less, I mean, they're more worried about making fun of the fact that, Texas, is having an unbelievable amount of rain and hail and high winds and whatnot. They're laughing. I mean, look at them right now on Twitter. Look at them right now on Twitter. They're laughing, for Christ's sake. They're laughing at this crap. They're laughing. Jesus Christ. I deserve more respect, all right? I mean, I'm a capitalist, and I deserve the respect according to that goddamn title. You son of a bitch, I deserve the respect. Don't you ever forget it. Any one of you. Any one of you. Son of a bitch. Templeton Sanders, Radio Graffiti.
Nigger, tell them lies, black face and bloodshot eyes, crooked toes and crooked nose. That's the way a nigger goes. That's how he goes. They're marching for equality. They'll never be as good as me. We won't let them integrate. We must always segregate. Keep them in their places. Nigger, tell them lies, black face and bloodshot eyes, crooked toes and crooked nose. That's the way a nigger goes.
Jesus Christ, get this racism off the air. Get this racism off my show, for Christ's sake. I mean, good God. Where are you idiots finding this crap, man? Where are you idiots finding this crap, for Christ's sake, man? Jesus Christ, man. I've never heard so much racist tunes in my life, man. Jesus Christ, I need a drink. Where's my beer? Where's my drink? All right, there's still a little foam in here, but, man, look, I want to chug this one and get to another one. I'm serious. I'm not joking around. You people are not harshing my mellow, all right? You are not harshing my goddamn mellow. It's a hump day, all right? That means tomorrow, Thursday, then Baller Friday, baby. Woo! So you idiots ain't harshing my mellow. And I see some people on Twitter saying, hey, take it easy on your liver, Ghost. Hey, what do you think those pills do to your liver? Seriously. What do you think those pills do to your liver? Just saying, folks. I'm just saying. Anyway, let's go ahead and get back to. Well, hold on. Let me take a swig of this damn beer here. I mean, I want to hurry up and chug this next glass. Get some more beer going on. Woo! Woo! I'm feeling good now, baby. I'm feeling a little better. I got the piss and fury running through my veins at this point in time, baby. I'm feeling good. All right. Let's continue going. The Canadian Spartan, Radio Graffiti.
Oh, thanks for calling up on me, Ghost. I actually wanted to talk to you about something. Is that all right?
Go ahead. What do you want to talk about, man?
During the Fort McMurray, the Fort McMurray fire, during that, the Air Canada douchebags up there, they decided, because Justin Trudeau had for one person up there, they had to raise the charges to like $400 or so for one freaking person to ride on Air Canada. It's just ridiculous, and I think you should talk about that next week.
Well, I'll definitely look into it, man. I'm telling you, it doesn't surprise me that Canada's doing this. As a matter of fact, George Soros, since we were talking about him yesterday, and how he was talking, or how he's investing against the equities markets of America, and he's basically invested in gold. He's invested in Canadian gold. From what I read, he's invested almost $500 million in a Canadian gold excavation company, or a gold mining company, which he now owns about almost 2% of, for Christ's sake. So this guy, he knows something, and let me tell you, he doesn't pay for these politicians for nothing, right? I mean, when you control the politicians, you can basically manipulate the economy. You can manipulate economies, plural. You know what I mean? So that's why I always keep aware of what these guys are doing. George Soros, Warren Buffett, Jim Rogers, you name it. These big-time investors out here that make big moves. You got to watch these guys and don't copy what they're doing, but because they're also speculating, and they have the money to lose. Remember that. You may not have, they do, but you just got to use that in your analysis if you decide that you're going to invest in any kind of commodities or equities. But the reason I brought that up is because there's a lot of money going around in Canada right now, man. Canada's economy is not doing that bad. That's why they voted in a goddamn socialist like Trudeau, for Christ's sake. Only in a decent economy, only in a decent society where everything's going good and everybody has whatever they want, everybody's got the goods and the threads and the food and all this other crap and the houses and all that. Only then is when these idiots decide, well, you know what, I would be nice to have all this and not ever work again. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. Anyway, man, thanks for calling. Let's continue going. Who else do we got here? Baseball Doctor, Radio Graffiti.
Now, who are Masons? Well, all the Enlightenment thinkers that we have come to know and love today, Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, Moby, Eminem, Tub Knife. You can go on. These were all Masons. Oh, my.
Oh, Jesus Christ. First of all, Tupac, Ice Cube, these assholes are not Enlightenment thinkers. And I've said this time and time again. Each and every one of these gangster rappers that are, and I'm talking about the studio gangsters. I'm not talking about these people that actually came out the hood and utilized the rap game as a method to try to obtain capital to get their asses out of the ghetto-fied situations that they're in. I'm not talking about those chaps. I'm talking about these studio-ass gangsters that initially brought in the rap game into mainstream. I'm talking about Dr. Dre. I'm talking about Snoop Dogg. I'm talking about Tupac Shakur, all right? All these three gentlemen, Ice Cube even in that mix, these four gentlemen are complete and utter studio gangsters, all right? They have never lived the garbage that they talked about on their records. It's a complete farce, complete lie, complete charade on top of that. And in my personal opinion, because these particular actors in general have had such a major influence on the supposed hip-hop rap culture, I think that in my personal opinion, if anyone lost a loved one to gang violence and were heavy listeners to these artists in general, I think that there should be some kind of a class action situation going on in relation to these artists. These artists have literally made millions off of the strife of black folk. And not to mention, not only have they made millions off of the strife of black folk, but they have incepted the idea that ghetto-fied degeneracy is somehow a culture. I mean, that wasn't the black culture prior to 1992. The black culture wasn't ghetto-fied degeneracy. I mean, I'm serious. We didn't see this ghetto-fied degeneracy until we started seeing gangster goddamn rap being implemented as some sort of a legitimate mainstream musical art, for Christ's sake. All right? And look, I hate to keep harping on that, folks, but look at how much money the hip-hop rap industry is making at this point in time, folks. I mean, it is the glorification of ghetto-fied degeneracy. I mean, that's what it is. I know people want to claim that it's some sort of culture or art or whatever the crap might be. It is not. And that's why Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, all these idiots, I spit on these scumbags, man. I would legitimately, if I saw these idiots in a bar, take a swing at these sons of bitches. Because they were contributing factors to the degradation of American culture. Now, look, if these guys were legitimate representations of black strife, and they were actually utilizing the venue of music to highlight that strife, well, then I wouldn't be so hard on these guys. But they weren't. The guys that brought in gangster rap were all a bunch of studio gangster pieces of crap. So I don't respect any of those idiots. And don't put me in a splice with them either. All right? Stupid sons of bitches, for Christ's sake. Here, let me take the rest of this beer here. Let's get another one. Hey, I'm telling you, I'm drinking like a man here, all right? I mean, when you got freaking, girly cans at 12 ounces, for Christ's sake, I mean, you can knock them down, all right? And if you can't, then you're a puss, all right? You're a freaking puss. Here, let's go ahead. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Got me another one. All right, let's continue going with Radio Graffiti, shall we? And look, I mean, can you calm it down with all the racist tunes, for Christ's sake? I've never heard so many racist tunes in my life. Jesus. All right, who else do we got? We got Jesus Christ, Radio Graffiti.
No, siree, there's two known things that'll make me puke. That's a hog eating slop and a big black spook. You know it, 'cause I show it like a barnyard rooster. I crow it, and the end of a lazy beat would sure like to get a hold of nigger hating me. Roses are red and violets are blue and niggers are black. You know that's true, but they don't mind, 'cause what the heck? You gotta be black to get a welfare check, and I'm broke. No,
Enough of the goddamn racist tunes, man. Enough of this crap. Enough. Jesus Christ, man. Good Lord. Oh, my God. I mean, yeah, you know, folks, I'm telling you, I am a melting pot of friendship, all right? I mean, I happen to have a whole bunch of friends of all kinds of racial makeups, folks. I kid you not. I mean, why do you think I know so much about black culture that I was just discussing prior to this idiot racist song that just came out, all right? All right, I'm a cultured man, all right? I'm a cultured man over here. I mean, don't you idiots ever forget it, all right, boy? Jesus Christ. I'm a cultured son of a bitch up in here. I'm probably one of the most cultured sons of bitches you'll ever meet in your goddamn life, all right? Don't you ever forget that, all right? Spread that around. Spread that around like wildfire for a little bit, boy. Ghost is cultured than your average freaking, not just capitalist, even a damn liberal, for Christ's sake, all right? I know a thing or two about culture, all right, boy? I'm a cultured man out here, all right? Anyway, let's continue going on, shall we? And look, I don't know what the hell's going on with all these goddamn racist tunes, but I mean, I hope it stops, all right? I hope it goddamn stops. All right, area code 406, Radio Graffiti.
All those who reject Trump shall hang on the day of the rope.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go that far, for Christ's sake, but you know, those that reject Trump, I mean, they're stupid idiots. I'll tell you that much. All right, 615 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, just want to give a shout out to the engineer, and I'm sure he'll remember this song. So here we go.
That's enough. Let me tell you something. I mean, the engineer, we've moved past that particular incident, folks. I'm serious. That was a very serious incident between me and the engineer. All right, I told this man back when yours truly was backing up Herman Sugar Cane, baby. My man, Herman Sugar Cane for president. I asked the engineer to play a music, some kind of a song that was favorable to the man since I was endorsing him. And unfortunately, that's the goddamn song the engineer chose. You remember that, engineer, you piece of crap? Enough! These people won't even let me live it down now. Thanks a lot, engineer. Thanks for nothing. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let me take another chug of this beer here, all right? It's already foamed out, for Christ's sake. I'm chugging beers here, all right? And look, I know people are concerned over here. I see them on Twitter. They're like, hey, Ghost, I mean, are you seriously? You're not driving home. I'm not driving home, all right? I'm walking home. I live freaking in Austin, Texas, downtown Austin, Texas. Maybe you can walk everywhere out here. All right? Let me take a swig here. Woo! Let's open up another one, shall we? Woo! I'm telling you, boy. I'm telling you, I'm a Billy Badass mofo. You know what I'm saying? I'm not joking around. That's why I tell each and every one of you damn trolls, if we were in a damn bar room and I was feeling a little toasty like this, man, I would beat the living bejesus out of you. Talk garbage to me. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not joking. All right? I'm not kidding around. I mean, it ain't nothing for me to whoop a man's ass, all right? I mean, I'll stomp your teeth so far down your throat, you'll be able to chew your own shit funnel. All right, boy? I mean, I'll put a boot so far up your ass, you'll be shitting leather for the next 10 years of your life, all right? I'll punch you so hard in the face that your goddamn great-great-grandkids will have black eyes, you piece of crap. You understand that? It ain't nothing for me to whoop a man's ass. It ain't nothing. So all you goddamn trolls out there that think that, you just sit there and shut your stupid stinking face. All right? You shut your stupid stinking face, you anal secretion lovers. Jesus Christ. Anyway, for Christ's sake, what am I doing here, engineer? I'm getting messed up. What am I doing here? Direct the show. What am I doing? Oh, yeah, that's right. Radio graffiti. Jesus. All right. I'm sorry. I'm having a good time here. I feel like I'm at a bar right now. You know what I'm saying? Woo! Anyway, let's go ahead and take another caller here on this Radio Graffiti post-show edition here. 817 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, love the show. But I got to level with you here, Texan to Texan, okay?
All right.
You got this thing for Johnny Walker Blue Label, but I don't really understand this, man. You're giving your hard-earned capitalist dollars to some Scot socialists and some Diageo coming out of London, Stan. You could be getting a 25-year-old American rye, brother. You could be supporting some American capitalists.
Well, you do got a good point there, but what's unfortunate is that the geographic location of where Scotland is, they're the only ones that can produce the malts necessary to bring the flavors that is Scotch whiskey. Believe me, I'm a connoisseur of these things. I'm an appreciator of a bunch of variety of different vices, and believe me, I know my Scotch, baby. All right. And let me tell you, I know that there's American whiskeys and American vodkas and all kinds of stuff, but you got to go with what you like. You know what I'm saying? And look, I believe me. All right, believe me, I'm not kidding around. I agree with you. I don't like the fact that my money's going to some borderline socialists out there in Scotland. But by God, I mean, but they produce a decent product. I mean, it's not just Johnny Walker Blue Label that I consume. I consume a whole bunch of scotches. All right, and look, and for you folks that can't afford Johnny Walker Blue Label, I suggest to you a scotch that's very inexpensive called Monkey Shoulder, which is actually a mixture of a blend of some very exclusive single malt scotches. Bellavini and Jesus Christ, I forgot the other one. I'm buzzing a little bit, so you got to forgive me. But what I'm saying is that Scotch is a very good drink. I like it. All right. I mean, I like wine too, but I'm not too much of a wine connoisseur. I think my favorite grape is the Malbec grape out of Argentina. Very, very brilliant grape. I mean, that's one of the things that I appreciate out there in Argentina that they produce. But other than that, I like some Cabernets. Merlots are bleh. I'm not Shiraz can be occasionally decent tasting. I don't like to be that liberal wine snob. I don't really see the benefit in being like, oh yes, I had this bottle, I had that bottle. And not to mention, I don't really like the drunk that wine gives you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I have a different drunk in every different spirit. Like, why do you think they call alcohol spirits, folks? Huh? Haven't you ever wondered that? Fine wine and spirits. You're unleashing the spirits, huh? Anyway, I don't like the spirit that comes out of wine. I mean, once I drink a couple of bottles of wine, I become a sad drunk, for Christ's sake. It's pathetic. All right? It's seriously pathetic. And for no reason, too. For no goddamn reason. But when I'm drinking beer, I'm filled with piss and fury, all right? When I'm drinking Johnny Walker Blue Label or any other scotch, I'm feeling, nice, cozy, and smooth, baby. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I have a different drunk for every alcohol. I mean, you understand? I'm a connoisseur. I'm not just some idiot going out. If I can't get what I want as far as alcoholic beverage is concerned, I'm not going to get it, all right? I mean, if there's no other alcoholic beverage that's a choice for me, that isn't something that I truly appreciate on a variety of different levels, I'm not going to get it, all right? I'm not going to get it. So anyway, I get what you're saying, but hey, Scotch rocks, all right? I love it. I love Scotch. Love on the rocks because it feels so good with a little bit of Scotch, baby. Anyway, let's continue going, shall we? Let me take another swig of this beer. You know what I mean? I've got people on Twitter saying, "Hey, don't listen to him." Goes chug about 4 or 5 of more of those sons of bitches. You know what I mean? Great enablers. I bet you guys are the assholes in your group that are like, who cares? Go ahead and do that line of crank. Who gives a crap? I bet you're that guy. But anyway, luckily I'm a connoisseur and I know how to pace myself, right? Cheers, baby, cheers. That's what I'm talking about, man. Let's go back to Radio Graffiti, shall we? 267 Radio Graffiti.
Bernie Sanders.
Donald Trump is a pathological liar.
Jesus Christ. Enough of that crap. Don't splice me with anything related to Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is a piece of trash. And he's a closet commie, for Christ's sake. I mean, can we all admit this at this point, for Christ's sake? He's a closet goddamn commie. Bill, Radio Graffiti.
I'm a capitalist, and I deserve the respect according to title.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Can you please stop making me sound like half a tard, for Christ's sake? I'm serious. I mean, I take personal offense to that because I don't sound like a tard. I sound like a Billy Badass. Do you understand that? I sound like I have balls the size of grapefruits that'll slap you upside your goddamn chin. That's what I sound like, boy. All right? I don't sound like some pussy whip half a tard over here. I sound like a man. You understand that? I sound like a man, boy. Anyway, 201 Radio Graffiti.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Travis Herzog with a 1-minute weather update. Most of the showers and storms have moved on out of southeast Texas as expected, and I think we'll catch a big break in the rainfall activity through much of the afternoon. There could be some redevelopment moving in from the west late in the afternoon and on into the evening hours.
Don't. What, now you're going to troll me with weather reports, for Christ's sake? I don't want to hear the weather. I've had enough of the weather. I've had enough hail. I've had enough rain. Enough of this crap. You stupid pieces of trash! Jesus Christ! Godzilla Radio Graffiti.
Oh, finally.
down to Louisiana, down to New Orleans. So come on now, clean. Hey, man, that's great. Hey, that is great rendition of a little bit of Michael J. Fox and the Shakes. Let me tell you, I think I'm going to get the band back together, to be honest with you. I know we had the band Michael J. Fox and the Shakes back about, was it 5 years ago? I think we're going to get the band back together, all right? All right, I'm getting the band back together. Michael J. Fox and the Shakes coming soon, baby. All right, coming soon. That was pretty good guitar playing, Godzilla. I'm telling you, not too bad at all. 732 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, you know how you say you walk around Austin, Texas? Do you mean you swim around Austin, Texas? Like, it's 10 feet under right now.
Son of a bitch. Look, enough with the cripple jokes, all right? I'm serious. I'm not a cripple, boy, all right? I would admit at this point in time if I was a goddamn cripple because, I think, what I'm doing is a little bit of a big feat for cripples. I mean, no pun intended, all right? I mean, that was bad language. I shouldn't have said feet and cripple. Anyway, you understand what I'm saying, right? I mean, it's a big feat for cripples, all right? I'm serious. What I'm doing here, if I happen to be a cripple, it's a big feat for cripple, all right? I mean, I can't think of any other term to, describe it. A big feat for cripples. If I happen to be a cripple, what I'm doing is a big feat for cripples, all right? Anyway, folks, I mean, I said that one time in one show. You know that? One time I made reference to that what if I was a cripple, and you idiots just won't let me live it down, won't you sons of bitches? Jesus Christ, look at all these cans here. Jesus Christ. But you know what, folks? We're going to keep on going, baby. We're going to keep on drinking because drinking is what I like to do. Woo! All right, folks. Jesus Christ, time is going by, isn't it? Time's flying. Time's flying. Hey, let me have another beer here. All right, let's pour it in. I'm not joking, folks, all right? I'm serious, all right? And not to mention, I'm not very happy with the new overtime laws that Barack Hussein Obama and his goddamn Labor Department have implemented, for Christ's sake. I am not a fan of this crap because I'm telling you, it's going to mean a lot of people's jobs. Businesses are going to have to do some restructuring. I mean, this is the most anti-business little rule that this goddamn administration could throw in, for Christ's sake. So anyway, let me continue going, for Christ's sake, all right? Woo! I'm telling you, I'm having a good time here, for Christ's sake, all right? Maybe it's the alcohol. Maybe it's the alcohol. It's the I mean, I'm not mimicking Jamie Foxx, that talentless prick. What am I doing? Jesus Christ, you know I've had a few many. Anyway, 630 Radio Graffiti.
All these troll terrorists were born on the highway because that's where a lot of accidents occur.
Yeah, that's a pretty good joke, man. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, to me, 630 has all of a sudden become my favorite caller for some reason. I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? Maybe it's his delivery. I'm not sure, but he's one of my favorite callers, old 630. You know what? Cheers to 630. All right. Here, let me go ahead and take a swig of this. Woo! That's how you do it, baby. Let me tell you, I'm giving a clinic on how to drink like a goddamn man on this son of a bitch, right? Woo! And I want to reiterate that you must be over the age of 21 in America if you're going to consume alcoholic beverages. Moreover, if you're in another country of origin where the age is lower, please appropriate your age in coordination with the country of origin, all right? I mean, look, I don't understand why an alcoholic beverage company hasn't, come along and tried to advertise this show. You know what I'm saying? Hey, alcohol companies, all right, come on over, all right, come on. All right, I'm a connoisseur over here, all right? I mean, I just think that would be awesome. Just what I'm saying. I'm just consuming all kinds of different liquors and different beers, and especially the microbrews, man. I'd love to, promote some microbrews. Anyway, I'm digressing here. Let me take a couple more callers, and I better get the hell out of here, for Christ's sake. I'm getting a little too intoxicated just sitting here talking to you people. Woo! Oh my God, this is great. Anyway, 708 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, it's G. I just wanted to give you a cheers because you're doing great on the show, and I'm glad that you're starting to feel a lot more cheerier now, man. And
hey, man, I really am. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling cheery. I'm feeling inebriated. That's why I'm saying, when you have all your obligations fulfilled, and you're a capitalist, and you got everything paid for, and you're on top, baby, there's nothing wrong with giving yourself a little pleasure. You understand? A little vice, for Christ's sake. Because, man, what else do you have besides vice? What else do you have? I mean, you got your significant other. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I got my significant other. She's, the best thing that's ever happened to me. But what makes a dull day better? A little bit of substance. A little bit of substance makes a dull day better, right? Now, I'm pretty sure Alcoholics Anonymous is not listening to me at this point in time, but who gives a crap, all right? They're quitters, all right? You're quitters! Anyway, let's take a couple more calls, and I'm going to bounce out of here. I'm not saying the full name. Dads, Radio Graffiti, Dads. He's sitting there playing with his Peter Popper. How about Mad Addie's A Fruit Bowl? I mean, what, we got a bunch of Helen Keller deaf mutes, for Christ's sake, now? For Christ's sake? Jesus Christ. Ariel Insane Guy, Radio Graffiti.
You're bitchin' nigger and just let things be. You're messing up big time, take it from me. Quit your bitchin' nigger or you'll get your due. All the Ku Klux Klan will come a-calling on you. For 40-something years you've been raising all hell, and niggers that ain't enough. We're all getting mighty fed up with you and all of your civil rights stuff. Don't you love this country? Either you do or you don't. If you ain't happy, then what the hell do you want?
Jesus Christ. More racism, for Christ's sake? Good God! I mean, look, I'm telling you, you people are going to harsh my mellow. I'm going to open up another beer on that note. How about that? Huh? How about all of that? I'm going to open up another goddamn beer on that note, for Christ's sake. All right, now I'm going to take a couple more calls, finish this beer, and I'm going to get the hell out of here, all right? That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take a couple more of these goddamn Radio Graffiti calls, which have all been freaking racist Grand Dragon-esque, for Christ's sake. Take a couple more calls, and I'm getting the hell out of here, boy, all right? Here we go. We got 574 Radio Graffiti.
See, who cares what your kids are doing, for Christ's sake, right? Let's just throw them in front of a wheelchair.
See, here we go. Here we go again with the cripple jokes, for Christ's sake. I am not a cripple jerk, Dicks. All right? You pedophile, priest-probing bastards. 781 Radio Graffiti. Oh, Jesus Christ. What are you, hitting a bong, for Christ's sake, on the air, for Christ's sake, Fruit Bowl? Hitting a goddamn bong, for Christ's sake? Jesus Christ. It looks like, I mean, there's nobody. Look, I'm done with this crap, all right? I'm going to finish my beer here, and, I may just go out to 6th Street for a little bit. How about that, huh? I mean, I don't even know why I could come on this broadcast and attempt to try to facilitate some knowledge to you people All right, when you just could care less. You people are spitting on me. You're spitting on what I'm doing, and I really don't appreciate it one bit, for Christ's sake, all right? I mean, you people need to understand, I'm a capitalist, all right? I deserve more respect. And you people sure as hell ain't giving it to me, all right? You ain't giving it to me, boy. I mean, as I've stated time and time again, all right? I'm here every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, all right? And, you know, the difference between me and every other goddamn show out there, whether it's on terrestrial radio or on the internet, is I'm a one-man show, baby. I mean, how many people do you know that can go all out, baby? I mean, has the energy, the high energy to go all out for 2, 3, 4 hours on a broadcast single-handedly, baby? Yours truly, all right? And I'm drinking, you know, I'm doing my own thing, for Christ's sake. I've been doing my own thing for a long time. Who else do you know that has this kind of energy? Who has this kind of piss and fury to do this kind of show on a consistent basis? Since 2008, I've been conducting this broadcast, folks. And every single one of my broadcasts, and I believe this is number 451. I've had 451 broadcasts, folks, on this internet. All right? And they're all available for download for free at blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And if you haven't already done so, folks, please follow me on Twitter. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost. Anyway, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. I will be here tomorrow, same place, same time. And I encourage everybody to please spread around like wildfire that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house, and that we are live every 4 p.m. Central Standard American Time every Monday through Friday. Folks, as I've stated, the whole reason why I'm doing this show is not only to facilitate and help and aid Donald Trump to become president of the United States, but I am also attempting to spark synapses in the brains of people, and not only in America, but throughout the world. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing, folks. All right? So all I ask of you is to please spread it around like wildfire that yours truly is in effect and in the house, all right? We got all kinds of buttons right in the side of the player, right in front of your face right there. Use and abuse these buttons, baby. Facebook like buttons, retweet this button, social media buttons. Use and abuse them. Because I'm telling you, folks, we are the new media. You, me, all of us, we are the new media. We are slaying the old lamestream, mainstream, boob tube, talking head media. We are single-handedly taking them down. They are becoming obsolete because of us. And that's why I'm encouraging each and every one of you, you have to go out, even if it's as little as retweeting something, even if it's as little as posting a news article, even if it's as little as something as spreading the word about this broadcast. People need to understand the things that are being facilitated here, and they need to know the truth. They need to know the truth, not the lies that are being incepted via the boob tube, lamestream, mainstream media. So please, folks, I'm asking you seriously, spread it around like wildfire about this show. You understand that? I'm trying to break this threshold of 50,000 live listeners, folks. All right? And we're going to do it, boy. We're going to do it. We got all kinds of things planned for this summer, and I can't wait. I'm excited, baby. I can't wait. We're going to do a lot of things this summer, and I hope that you're listening. Anyway, folks, I am out of here. Thank you for listening. Please tune in tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Long live the capitalist army And death to feminism, death to socialism, death to communism, and death to totalitarianism. I'm out of here, boy. I'm going to keep drinking tonight, baby. It's Miller time. It's Miller time. It's Miller time, baby. Woo! I'm out of here.
Oye, is that the new Samsung Galaxy S7? Yeah, I got it for $0 down on AT&T Next. Plus, it takes amazing pictures. Oops. Don't worry, it's a water-resistant Samsung Galaxy S7.
You can get the new Samsung Galaxy S7 for $0 down on AT&T Next too. AT&T, mobilizing your world. Requires well-qualified credit, installment agreement, and service. Balance due if service canceled. Taxes, activation, or upgrade, and other fees, charges, and restrictions apply. Water resistant up to 5 feet for up to 30 minutes. Rinse residue. Wipe dry. Visit att.com/next for details.